shit. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Look at Lambo patiently. I feel like Lambo's like a shark and smells blood. He's in the dirty lounge already. I'll join you in a second there, Lambo. While I just get my first libation up. I honestly, I'm so nervous for this. I'm so nervous for this, man. Oh, it's gonna be a good time though. It's gonna be a good time. YouTube, what's going on? We are back for a Dirty Gang Saturday. As Lambo already is lighting me up. I have to get a shot counter up here actually. But for now I'm gonna use a pen and pad until I can get that. Sorry, I forgot to add that. That's the only thing I forgot to do. So yeah, Lambo has been pushing for this, and we are here to deliver. All right, let me just make sure everything is all Gucci on that end. All right, let's hop into. Actually, let me say what's up to chat real quick, and then I'm gonna hop into the dirty lounge. Lambo's there patiently waiting for me. So intimidating seeing him just there chilling right now. Sick, welcome to the stream. Lambo, hello my friend, welcome to the stream. Jacob, welcome to the stream. Also, real quick chat, I thought the light was somewhat suitable like this. The ring light kills me at times, so this is a little bit more of a chill stream. Do you want more light, or is this light okay? At some point, if it gets dark out, which it probably will in a few hours, that's when I'll probably have to put the light on. But if this light is okay for you guys, let me know. Jacob, welcome to the stream. Rave, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Let's go, baby. Shot count equals 1. It's actually 2, because I have you from last week, Lambo. I did not forget. I did have a hot mic on, though. Yes. Khalid, welcome to the stream. Bullet Blazer, Chronics, Melancholic. Oh, he already had it up. He already had it up and going. Thank you for the super chat, Lambo. Shot count equals 2. Evil man. One crazy guy. Mad Mania, welcome to the stream. It's 3rd tier and above, so I'm sticking to that. I might make adjustments in the future, but for now I'm gonna see how it goes. This is only my 2nd month of membership, so all right, let's jump in. Let's see. This is all sorted or not. Oh no. Oh no. What's up, Lambo?
Not much. How are you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Oh boy.
Come on, I'm old. I'm living vicariously through you.
Yes, I agree. So here's what we got on the menu. Oh my god, this goose rips a $7.99 Australian donation. Hungover Dan for Kingsland, let's go. This is also true too. We have Kingsland tomorrow, so this is gonna be fun. So here's what we got on the menu. So Lambo, actually I did take your advice, but I avoided the tequila, and I actually went back onto a Dragothian stream to do a little bit of research and remember how he did it, because I used to always tune into those. Those were so fun. So we do have the Jack Daniel's Honey as a menu option for today.
Yummy.
So this is the little bit of the sweeter option, Lambo, that you suggested. And then we have good old faithful, the Jameson. No tequila. If I did tequila, I probably wouldn't make it to my Kingsland tomorrow. So, all right.
That's the goal. Your enemy kingdoms has secretly hired me to get you absolutely wasted tonight.
Oh no. Snow, welcome to the stream. Cat, welcome to the stream as well. Jacob, tomorrow Kingsland is 1440 UTC as on the screen, my friend. And then just so you guys know, Funky, welcome to the stream. Here's my shot glass. So this is what I got. I got a little fancy tulip looking shot glass. This does get wider at the top, guys. So I'm not cheaping out on my shots here, but I bartended for about 8 years. So you gotta trust me. I'm probably gonna be filling up to like here. Because if I go higher, as this thing widens up, that's a decent amount of ounces as this thing widens up. And this is probably more or less like a double shot. That's a 2-ounce pour in this glass. So you gotta trust me here. Bartender of almost a decade. I got a pretty good eye for this stuff, so I'm not gonna die on stream. I hope I don't die on stream. Let's see. Lambo, how are you doing today on this beautiful Saturday?
I'm doing good. It's been a very interesting day.
I saw you were streaming a little bit earlier. I popped in and said, what's up? How did that go?
Yeah, it went well. I mean, Chisgel surprised me with the raid later in the afternoon.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting when you pop up from like 20 people watching to 220 people watching in a matter of seconds. But yeah, hey, it's all good. It's all good. Awesome. I'm very grateful for it.
That's awesome, man. All right, so first one. This is from last week, actually, as Lambo. As Lambo so generously donated. So cheers, happy Saturday, happy dirty shots with the dirty gang. Thank you again, Lambo, for the idea. Let's do this, I guess.
Chat, does this shot count? We didn't see him pour it. That might just be food coloring in water.
Oh, come on.
I'm just kidding. I trust you, Dan. I couldn't resist, though, right?
No, I totally agree with you. I would have done the same thing. Oh boy. Rave Chisgul has sent 500 in liquor money to make sure the war leader does not show. Hunky got my virgin espresso martini just for this. Oh, that actually would be pretty nice. Should have shaken one of those bad boys up. Not letting me upgrade because my membership was gifted. Ooh, I'm gonna have to work around that somehow then, or figure something out for that. This is a second month of memberships. We're gonna, I'm definitely gonna be tweaking this a little bit. This is our first 30 shots. So bear with me while I start to iron out the kinks a little bit. Oh god, fucking A, Jesus.
And here we go.
All right, so we're up to here. I'll put up a quick shot counter here for us. So we're on 3. There's 4 total that have been donated so far. But I did 1, so thank you, Hunky, for the $7.99 Aussie super chats. Oh lordy, it's gonna be a day. Yeah, so we have Kingsland kicking off tomorrow, and oh god. So that's 5. We're up to 5 right now. 5 on the shot count.
Only 1 per super chat. Oh.
Well, I mean, you did the 10, so it's technically 2. So. I gotta iron out some of these things, some of these details, because y'all are gonna get me sent to the hospital if I don't. And I'm gonna keep the shot counter up. I have to do this at a reasonable pace. I can't go in and just rip 5 shots in 5 minutes. The stream will last 30 minutes if I do that. So we are up to 5 shots now.
Next Saturday, Dan's going to have an entire legal disclaimer at the start of the stream.
Yes.
Members can only make 1 donation per person.
Oh man. Thank you again, Hunky, for the super chat and another, and Dosmas. Thank you, Lambo. God, man. As Justin drops in and gifts 10 memberships. Thank you, Just. I appreciate that. Oh boy.
Do gifted memberships count?
No. Oh god.
I mean, those are what, $4.99 each? So that's what.
That's the whole bottle right here.
Chug.
All right, see. So here you go. All right, here we go. I'll go back and forth on these so that way my stomach can kind of keep up a little bit. All right, so cheers everyone. Thank you, Justin. Thank you everyone for stopping by for our first Dirty Gang Saturdays. If you guys are on that 3rd tier and above, you can jump in the Dirty Lounge with me and Lambo and chill out. We're doing a little bit of ruins, kind of just sparring right now. There's some AFKs that we're trying to slowly clear out, and we probably will get into some other things. My buddy Melancholic, who jumped into chat earlier, there's been some pretty crazy things that have been going on over in Kingdom 3066, so we'll probably try and shed a little bit of light on that situation. So a little bit of drama going in, and the ROK world, who doesn't like a little bit of drama. So thank you all again for the support. Appreciate y'all. Justin, thank you for the gifted subs. Cheers. I thought that was going to be a little bit sweeter and thicker. How did Drago do? Did you
eat a big lunch today?
I did have a big.
Okay, good.
I made sure of it. I actually ate like shortly before I got on stream, like an hour and a half ago. Yeah, made sure I had a pretty decently sized lunch. So
And you have a bucket to the left of your desk, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
I don't know how Drago did it. I mean, again, I'm a pretty big guy too. Like I'm 6'1", like 225. So I mean, I don't know how tall he was, but I mean, he definitely had a little bit of weight. But I don't know how he give that man props, doing that every week.
I think he watered down his booze.
Yeah, and I remember you had mentioned too, his shots were a little.
They were a little. I mean, his quad shot was maybe an ounce and a half.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm getting all nice and toasty already.
No disrespect to the man, I never could have done what he did. Never.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see. I guess I don't know. We're trying it now, so. Oh boy. Don't need to be sober for Kingsland. 2172 ain't nothing. We actually faced 2172 in ARC earlier, and we gave him a nice little smacking. So a little preview of what's to come tomorrow in Kingsland. You guys have Kingsland opening up tomorrow too, I believe, right?
Ours is on Tuesday. We're a couple days behind you because our 200 flags didn't finish.
Gotcha. Okay. Keeping my fingers crossed that you guys can get a little bit of something out of that KVK.
I'm not holding my breath.
And the worst part about that too, Lambo, is there's no zone invasions really. That's like the worst part. Like you get up to the zone 5, but you don't get the deep zone 4 invasions.
Yep, we can't get in their starting zone at any point in time.
Yeah. Oh, Goose. This is my own kingdom mate too. Like, god damn it, Goose. Thank you for the $7.99.
I think Goose is volunteering as war lead tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Oh no, are we regretting our decision yet? And I even said to Lambo too earlier, a quick little chat, and I used the keyword. Wait, what did I say to you earlier? Testing or trying this segment because. Yeah, we got to see. I am a lightweight when it comes to drinking, so it doesn't take me much. So we're definitely trial running this bad boy.
Goose is nice. You can have a water shot for that one.
Oh yeah, there we go. I had to throw that one on there just in case, maybe someone's nice enough to donate some water to me. No fighting till next KVK Mad Mania. I mean, I hope not. I mean, that's why, like, when I tell people, especially if you're in like a losing circumstance, like, yes, of course everyone wants to win, but this game can be so suspect at times. Like, I was part of only one Farmville KVK, thank God, but that one Farmville KVK almost ended quite a few people's Rise of Kingdoms like playing days. Like, I was one of them too. I was like, this sucks. Like, we came from, I think it was coming out of KVK 3, like I think it was KVK 3, and it just wasn't much action. And then it was just so much of a period where we weren't fighting, and it got so boring. So try to keep people's hopes up, even when we're in a losing situation, because oh god. Thank you for the marker, whoever put that on me. As long as you get fighting, man, I think that it's a win-win situation.
Yeah, I mean, some of the most fun KVKs I've ever had have been losses.
Okay, see, there you go.
But if you don't show up to try, how are you gonna know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. Our enemies haven't even showed up to try. Not even in the altar where you can only bring one march. That's
ridiculous, because if anything, and I think you were talking about it on your stream the other day too, that if anything, like, that's the best place to do some of that stuff, because that evens the playing field, right? There's no 6-7 marches to worry about from high-tech players. It's more or less, obviously the tech has a little bit to do with it, but you're limited,
It's more about numbers in that shrine of Bra than it is anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And organization and communication, of course.
Dirty Dan versus Lambo, the case race. Oh boy. That would be a nice stream. I know you don't drink anymore, Lambo, but that would be fun.
Medical reasons.
Fair enough. Durs, what's up? Losing is kind of fun at times. A lot of fighting. Yeah, I mean, our KVK2, we had a rebellion / small civil war. This is the KVK2 when I migrated into 2581, and that KVK was nuts. And yeah, we ended up losing that KVK. So I think I don't want to say fun was the right word, because the Civil War rebellion took a lot of air out of those sails, but there was a ton of fighting. So KVK4 was junk for 780. I remember that's when I was using my XY YSG Garrison meta. Let's get it. Cat, when we finally get fights, I don't want to hear any complaining that people are tired after we've been up for 40 hours. That's a great point. Yeah, no excuses at that point.
Oh, I'll still complain. You can just plug your ears and not listen to it.
I'm gonna do my best too to get through these comments too, guys, because I want to make sure I'm not taking anything away from Lambo and then anyone else that joins us in the Dirty Lounge. Lambo has a Morgan Freeman level voice. I must agree on that. Yes, 1000%. Hell of a voice Mr. Lambo has.
It's the software.
No. Have you ever gotten that before, like in real life or anything? Like,
no, never.
No? Okay.
Never. The first time people, love your voice or this, that, you could be a narrator, this, that, or the other thing, was once I started streaming.
Okay.
Well, I did get one comment in one of my streams saying my voice bored him to sleep. So who knows?
There's always going to be that 1% of people. Moonlight, welcome to the stream. We are fighting 1v3 KVK and are winning hard. There you go. Goose said the man's got tone. Durs is out in the field getting kills with his alt account. Yes, he's running around somewhere with pain. Yep, there he is. Conserving the main account like he needs to conserve. He's got like 10 billion of each resource for tomorrow's fighting. Hunky fell asleep off territory in KVK4 with 2 billion gold and no rallies. That was a very sad one. An audiobook is a good idea for you, Lambo, if you ever want to pick that up. I could definitely picture that. Jackal, welcome to the stream. Congrats on your arc win. Yeah, we finally snapped. We were on a 6-game losing streak, 6-match losing streak, and we finally ended that. That was getting brutal at one point, but we were getting matched with like top 10 teams out there. It was really kind of painful. The amount of organization we were going up against was brutal.
So when are they releasing that patch, and when are they doing the next Arc League?
I don't think we have solid dates on it just yet. I did just saw Ray sent me some leaks that the new commanders are coming into the game May 22nd, which is exactly a month from now. So I would assume that they would probably wait for those commanders to come into the game. Did we get the leadership set yet too? I don't even remember.
Yeah,
we did get it.
Yeah, that's in there.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, we have the leadership set now, and I would assume, yeah, after the new commanders come out is probably when we'll get hit with it. Maybe June, July, we'll start seeing more stuff for the Osiris League. I'm not sure about the new the new update, as we were talking about in the podcast the other day, though.
So one of the guys I played League with in OV was in my chat earlier, and he said next week they're updating to where you have the options for Osiris. But wow. I don't know where he got his information from. He's also not happy that once you read, because League is going to be done with the existing format. not the new fog format.
Yeah.
So he was not too excited that if you register for League, you're kind of locked into League. You can't do other matches in the fog format then until League is over.
Oh, yeah, that was a little weird. I can understand them not doing the new format for OL. I never really liked that either, how it kind of like locks you out, but it's understandable because you're doing that arc match already anyway. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that stinks that whoever is going to sign up for OL, they're not going to be able to participate in those, you know, those new formats for a while. Hey, welcome to the stream. How many shots so far? Also, what are you planning to drink? So I got my little menu right here. So I got Jack Daniel Honey, and then Jameson, and then I do have some beers and some water shots if you want to, you know, hook it up. And we got 6 shots to go through. God damn it. Let's pour another one up, I guess. You guys are killing me. Jacob, they said the ARC update will come the 24th in an in-game message. So in 2 days. Yeah, I guess maybe practice matches, Hunky. Yeah. Irungier, welcome to the stream. Goose, what are your thoughts on tomorrow's Kingsland? So, yeah, let's I guess we can go and jump to that a little bit. So, it's gonna be interesting. For those who caught my, I guess, lack of a better term, stream the other day, I don't really want to even consider that a stream because these BC kingdoms did not show up, but I guess I can't complain, especially with Lambo on the line right now too. I've never been part of a zone where we've won in 20 minutes. Like, that was honestly, I don't want to be too mean, but it's a little embarrassing for the enemy side to lose a zone in 10 minutes because you failed to swarm a pass. We were in the zone full 3 minutes before those guys got in. I hope they learn their lesson and swarm tomorrow, because I'll tell you this, if they don't swarm this pass tomorrow with these animals that are 875 right next door, that's not going to spell good things. Overall though, it's definitely going to be a fun Kingsland. I'm excited to see what our allies do, right? Because 875 has been I guess you can say a top tier Imperium. They've been Imperium for a long time, to my knowledge. And then you have 2467 on this side, where they're a one alliance A seed, which is, it's tough, right? So you have about three and a half alliances worth of players here, and then three and a half alliances worth of players here. These guys are probably more or less like 4. So these two in the corners are gonna really get some pressure very quickly. So it's going to be, if whoever's going to come out of this Kingsland is going to prioritize the territory game. If we slack on the territory game, then it's going to be a wrap. We have a town hall meeting tomorrow, which we're going to be doing to kind of loop some players in. We really hope that most of those 2581 people do show up to kind of give a rundown of what we're expecting for Kingsland. But the priority and the everything is going to be, you know, territory. I think so many people underestimate the territory game, especially in such a tight little space over here. Like, from this pass to the Zig is only 4 or 5 flags. Like, that's nuts. When you're talking about you have skillful up, that means like you're getting to the Zig in like less than 15 minutes. So it's going to be fast and furious to start, and we all have to be on our A games. Whoever messes up in those initial 30 minutes is really going to suffer for the rest of Kingsland. So everyone's got to be on their game. But it's going to be fun. I would definitely tune in to those who are new to the channel. Definitely, consider subscribing, hit that like button, and check us out tomorrow at 1440 UTC, because it's gonna be fun. It's definitely gonna be a fun one.
And does the layout of this Kingsland heavily favor the top and the bottom? They've got so much more area there that they can jump walls and build territory than the kingdoms on the left and on the right.
Yeah,
on the left and on the right, there's freaking mountains and shit to build around there too.
Yeah, as I was like analyzing and like getting everything situated for our kingdom, I noticed that too, and I was like, damn, I'm like, we have so much space, and so does 2172. So I want to say yes, there's definitely a little bit of an advantage. I think that us at 2305 as well as 2172 can get a little bit more playful with things. I think from looking at it though, I think per segment there's 2 jumps for each. So here's 2 jumps, here's 2 jumps. They'll have 4, they'll have 2, they'll have 2, and then we have 4 jump spots too. So I think the jump spots are more or less even. Yeah, we definitely have a little bit more like of that space to work with, which is cool. I think if anything, these 2172 has the most advantage to that situation, but I also think that they have the most room for error now to kind of, if they mess something up here. So it's gonna be fun. Syriax, welcome to the stream. Quickly eating and can join y'all on voice. Nice, yeah, man. Anyone on that 3rd tier and above, you guys more than welcome to hop in on voice.
Is there a tier above the 3rd tier?
3rd tier is the highest. no more higher tiers. Trying to sneak more shots in there, Lambo. I see you. Hunky, thank you for the $2.99 super chat. Have a water shot, drink responsibly, stay hydrated. Thank you, Hunky. And Ray with the $1.99 super chat. You need a Celsius though. Those are so tasty. Those new energy drinks that hit.
What is a Celsius? Educate me.
It's a new energy drink that's like more or less meant for like a pre-workout type deal. So like you definitely, like in the past, right, as from like being an athlete and stuff, like I was always told like don't drink energy drinks before performing because they can cramp you up and stuff. But I think these are actually specifically made to help you perform better while you're being active and stuff. And it's like a seltzer too. It's like yeah.
I have to get some of those done for my exercises with the wife.
Yeah, and there's like a little note. There's like a little. Oh, I see those exercises, Lambo. Yeah, there's like a little like thingy there too that says like, oh, it helps you burn more. I don't know. Cheers, y'all. This is shot. I don't even know at this point. Lambo, you got to keep me honest on the shots too, brother.
Oh, as soon as you put your counter up, I stop my counter.
Oh boy. Moonlight, we are BC'd. Hey, welcome to the stream. I think it's going to be fun but short fight. I don't think it's going to be a short fight. I think we're going to get tied down at some point. I want to say if it goes less than 24 hours, I would be very shocked. I think it's going to go at least 24. Jazzy, welcome to the stream. Contronics, welcome to the stream. Hit that like button, y'all. Fire Drew, welcome.
That's such a small space in there, though. I can't imagine doing that with A and B seed kingdoms.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna like I said, I was typing some stuff up earlier for our kingdom, and like I didn't want to say like Fast and Furious and be like cliche, the movie, all that stuff, but it's really gonna be Fast and Furious tomorrow. Like there's gonna be lots of flags being dropped very quickly. Maybe it won't last 24 hours because again, a single flag burn is about an hour, so we'll see. It's gonna be, someone's getting locked out quick, I can say that. Whether that's the B, whether that's these guys or that's these guys, it might even be us too if we mess up, right? If we mess up on our swarm or something, and these guys get in ahead of us, you know, we might get locked, but I don't think we will. But I think just due to numbers that these guys or these guys are going to get locked relatively quickly.
Yeah, if you're not willing to swarm flags in that Kingsland, you might as well not even go in.
Yep. Yeah, that was one thing that we were touching upon too. Just getting some newer players up to speed. They were asking, oh, what can I, you know, when can I get to that level of swarming and stuff? I was like, look, anyone can swarm flags, right? But you really want to be, you know, full T5 troops. You don't want to be doing like I was swarming last KVK, did a couple that I just couldn't resist, but I run mixed T4, T5, and they hurt. Like I would come out of it with like 70k deads, and I'm like, and I've swarmed flags properly with T5, and like you can, I think a healthy swarm coming out, you should be like 20 to 30k around there, Lambo. Correct me if I'm wrong. Unless it's like a painful swarm, you know, when you're at those like 5k white numbers and just sitting on it for a while. But I did some that just really hurt, and you know, anyone can swarm, but it just depends on how much you want to lose.
Yeah, that swarm tech is invaluable.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
That does wonders. I mean, we saw it in the 960 match when their players were swarming everything and even getting positive trades.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, their equipment helps too. But...
Oh boy, here we go. So here comes some of the 3066 crew. Oh boy. Merc, welcome to the stream. Fire Drew, welcome to the stream. I think I said what's up to Fire Drew already. Lavar, welcome to the stream. Is that Lavar from 780? 386. Your last great KVK I had was against your friend, but this KVK makes really so much fun until now. 875 will probably swarm through all the territory fast. That's what they said they're gonna do. Ape. I was talking to Abu and some other of the leadership, and they said, yeah, we're not even waiting for rallies. We're swarming flags, because I think it's also on their mind too that they want to try and drop Imperium. So we'll see. That's going to be I'm very excited to see them go crazy, and I know a good lot from there too. So got to get flags down first, Danny boy. Yes, indeed, I have my guy, and me and my guy are working on that. 3066 excited. We want 3066 drama. Oh boy. People need to learn to stop swarming when getting below 50% health. Yeah, I agree. Part of leadership there. If you got questions, LOL, hit me up. Want to hear our story? A lot of 3066 people coming in. Okay, I guess it's that time. Let me kill off my troop real quick, and then we'll get into it. P-Man, welcome to the stream. Biggie or Tupac? I gotta go Biggie. I'm a East Coast. I was born West Coast, but raised in the East Coast, so I gotta go Biggie. Syriax is now in the dirty line. What's up, Syriax? How's it going, man?
Going well. How is everybody here?
Doing good.
Feeling the effects yet? All shots?
Not yet, thankfully. I feel definitely feeling a little warm, but nothing crazy yet.
He's pacing himself. It's probably a smart idea.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, we're only 40 minutes in, so gotta try this right. Because if I do it wrong the first time, I'm not gonna want to do it again. And
the content will be delicious, but potentially embarrassing.
You need like a 5-minute countdown timer on the screen too, so you know when to do your next one.
Not a bad idea. A little timer on there. Okay. See, we're learning. It's a trial run. All right. Damn it, that was fast. Okay.
They came out of nowhere.
Yeah, they all just woke up. They're all playing possum. They like to do that a lot. All right, let me just suicide. All right, so 3066. Man, oh man. So I did an interview yesterday for a video. My man, Melancholic, as he appears in the YouTube chat. His name is Diablo in-game. Really great guy. I was thoroughly impressed. That was my first interview I've ever done. So for those who want to know, here's 3066. Very, very impressed. And as we were talking, his age got brought up, and he's a young kid. He's only 18 years old. And oh, there's 2 shot counters. But the way he spoke was really, really well. Look, I'm 32. I've been in management. I've been around the block. I know good eggs when I see them. And one of my questions, and this is like the best way that I can put it, of how much this kid impressed me. One of my last questions to him is, you know, what are qualities do you think a good king should have? And the first 2 words that came out of his mouth were transparency and communication. I would have never said, I didn't even know what transparency was when I was 18 years old. Let alone to throw that into an interview with like a random YouTube guy. So they are a Rising Star Kingdom. They are in KVK 1 right now. We aren't doing the one king bullshit no more, lol. We rotate the title itself though. Look, you guys can try to justify however you want, but everything that I gathered from my conversation with Diablo yesterday points to this is exactly what happened in my kingdom when KVK 2, when people's egos got in the way and they felt that they can do things better. I have screenshots. We can go through and throw some of those screenshots down if you guys want on some conversations. I feel though that there's not proper justification and explanation to Diablo to why things happened the way that they did. So I did this interview, right, guys? So I kind of got sidetracked a little bit. But I did an interview with Diablo. And then I was going to cut up the video, edit it, all that stuff, and I'm gonna post it at an appropriate time. He messages me 2 hours later and says, "Hey Dan, don't post the video. I just got overthrown." And for someone who made a jumper project myself, like really like built everything up from scratch. That it killed me, honestly. It really killed me. You know, and yes, there's 2 sides to every story, but again, from conversations he's showing me, I just don't think that you guys are justifying enough of why you guys did this. We run a 2 king rotation in 2581. We have a council and we have a KV, like kind of a KVK council. We have our war leads and stuff. It works fine. You don't need, and again, there's situations where 4 kings rotating and all that stuff works, but look, best of luck to you guys. I hope that, again, my main ask is that just make sure that you properly explain to Diablo why you did the things that you did, right? Because again, he's still sending me screenshots on conversations, and you guys are dodging the main points, in my opinion. So yeah, a little bit of drama in 3066. Maybe we'll come back to the topic, but once I get a little bit looser and some more shots. I gotta start working on these shots, otherwise.
And the real opinions start coming out.
Yeah. And I'm very kind of candid and open too, so
just like how a good king should be.
Thank you. I was just shocked. So I mean, they had like 5 or 6 KVK 1 T5 whales. They look like they have a good structure in place, but you know, again, everything that I was receiving from it sounded so similar to the situation that I dealt with in KVK 2 when we had our civil war / rebellion. So you know, just based on experience, guys from 3066, that's just my take on it. It seems very similar to the coup that was attempted on me. So best of luck.
Yeah, the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence, and everybody thinks they can do a better job until they get in the position and figure out this is a lot of fucking work. So, I mean, if you got someone who's willing to be king, willing to invest the time, willing to do it, and is open and communicates well, run with it, man. Just fucking run with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can teach people how to be better kings. You can like work together as a team. As long as someone's like talking and like willing to learn, you can go so far with that. Even if you're not like a Imperium, you know, within a year or something, or you're not getting Osiris wins or something. Like, as long as you're like having fun with each other and like learning and like communicating, that's great. Like you've already won at that.
Yeah, just like any management team, it's a team effort. It's not just the king that runs the show.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure you got a team around you that supports you. Each person has different things that they do. Each person has different things that they're responsible for. But at the end of the day, every kingdom I've ever been in that's put things to a vote has failed miserably. It needs to come down to one person being the decision maker, and you know, maybe they solicit opinions from their trusted advisors, right?
Yes.
And make their decisions based on those opinions and based on an educated input. But at the end of the day, you got to have one person that's the shot caller. It's going to piss some people off from time to time. But you can't make everyone happy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It just not. It won't happen.
You shouldn't.
Someone's always going to be whining and crying and bitching and moaning.
And Lambo, how long have you been playing? Years?
Since January 14th, 4.5 years ago.
4.5 years, and Lambo's dropping some knowledge on y'all. I think I've been 4 years. I don't think it was January, maybe it was December, but I took a break too. So we're right around the same time too. Look, and that was my thing too. Like I sat back and I watched for a very long time until I felt like I was ready to be king. But we run that exact system that you just explained, Lambo, in 2581. Like we have our council, we have our officers, and then we have myself and Morningstar. Maybe MIB, because MIB is back. Yay. MIB's back, for those who don't know, in 2581. He was my original co-king. When we were trying to do the whole high council approach and you know, all the voices and all that stuff in those early KVK 2 days when those rebellions were happening, or when that rebellion happened, that was why. And until we cut it down and we just said, okay, it's up here, we make final say, but we're going to bring everything down to you guys, and we're going to consult with you guys on everything. You know, I have 4 or 5 former kings in this kingdom that I'm constantly going to make sure that we're properly planning things appropriately for Kingsland, for any wars and stuff like that. So of course you can't do it on your own, but yes, like Lambo said, and in my humble opinion, you need someone who's going to say, no, that's not the way that this is going to work, and we're not doing it this way. I appreciate you for the input, but we're not doing that, you know. And this is almost me and Lambo combined right now. And then even add Syriax, he's a king too, 2592, right, Syriax?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. With Syriax now a year, the 3 of us alone have about a decade of experience in Rise of Kingdoms. So
and you know, I ran clans in Battlefield 2 and America's Army and Crimson Skies. We're talking years and years ago. And I've tried approaches like that, a council where everybody votes, blah, blah, blah. And it has never once worked out because everybody, you know, you'll call for a vote and then people don't show up to vote. And then you go with the majority rules. And then 3 days later, those people, oh, well, I didn't get a chance to voice my opinion. Well, you were AFK. Well, what do you want us to do? Wait and make an important decision for 3 or 4 days until you come back? Yeah. You know, so you always got to have that final shot caller that's willing to make the tough decisions. And I would say half of the decisions the king has to make are tough decisions. It's never easy to say, we need to zero this person. You know, it's never easy to say, no, we're not going to accept this group into the kingdom because I don't trust them. You know, some of those decisions are never easy, and someone's always going to be pissed off and have their panties in a bunch, but that's kind of why I like playing in a low seed kingdom, because we're all on the same page here.
Yeah, very much for us too, you know. That's why, like, we were having talks after last KVK to revitalize our second alliance and try and make that, you know, try and make it a very low spending or low power alliance and just bring the activity back up. But then we kind of just came to, or I kind of came to it, and here's again to that point where I was like, I don't want to add another alliance into it, because now we got to make twice as many people happy. We're going to have people saying, well, why don't we have a T5 player? Why don't we get gold chests? This and that. So like, we're just keeping it simple in these low seeds. Like, there's really no need to get super intricate on this stuff, as long as you've got a good crew and a good team around you. Chat, again, I do apologize, but yeah, I'm not going to be able to be keeping up super well, but I will catch things at time to time. Corey, welcome to the stream. I like when you said decade sounds longer than 10 years. I actually learned that for even when you're doing like interviews and stuff, use decade instead of saying, oh, I have 10 years of experience. It pops more in the ear. Oh, shot. All right, fine.
My first shot, yep. Your 5 minutes are up.
Oh man, I forgot. I don't know what you had mentioned, Lambo, and I hope you don't take offense to this. You had mentioned something in your stream earlier, where you're like, I call them all kids, and I kind of was like, because we've kind of worked together a little bit with the podcast and stuff like that, and you are a little bit older. I was like, Lambo kind of feels like the ROK dad in a sense. He's like, these kids. Like...
Yeah, my daughter is in college, and she is on I hate to call it field trip because it's college students, right? But she's on a field trip, and I'm like calling them kids, and they're, you know, like 21, 22 years old. They're not kids, they're young adults, but to me they're kids. Yeah, I'm 52 years old. I'm old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as soon as you had said that, I was like, ROK dad.
I've kind of found a lot of the players, especially like the bigger ones or the more famous ones, are all like 30 plus at least. Like, there's not like, you know, this isn't like Call of Duty where like half the lobby is like 12-year-olds or something. This is like kind of like an adult, at least a trending older game, I feel like, in a lot of ways.
Yeah, even when I look at my YouTube analytics, it's always the majority is usually 26 and above, and then there's like a nice sliver that's like in like the 40s and above as well, but very small, very small percentage are like less are younger than like 25, and even smaller than that are in like that 17 age range.
Well, and even smaller are the female viewers. You know, I mean, if we had a couple female rock streamers, they would do phenomenally well.
Absolutely.
Well, you have the Mimi Instagram, right? Is that the only real social media?
That's not Rise of Kingdoms content. That's food pics.
She sometimes puts hashtag Rise of Kingdoms in there, you know, or has a picture of a tablet. But yeah.
Okay, has her 6 tablets sitting there next to a gold plate of caviar. Yeah.
Yep.
Delty, thank you for the subscription, oh man. Victor, welcome to the stream. I'm 20, watching from Denmark. There you go. Yeah, I always had that same thought too, though. Like because there's, and I sent a little snippet of my analytics to, I think it was Ray. And I just said, like, I don't know, like Big Rip or something like that, but it was like male 99.99% of the analytics, and it was obviously females, like the 0.01. But yeah, man, like, I mean, I tell like that to like my friends who are girls who kind of like, you know, they'll play games and whatnot, but like they're not like super into it. But I always joke with them like, yo, if you streamed, you would kill it, just because, I mean, who doesn't like to see a cute chick play some video games, you know? They would have it so much easier than we do. So much easier.
Yeah, I feel like they would have to deal with a lot more shit though than we do as well.
That is also very true. Yeah.
People asking for feet pics or bathwater or stupid shit like that.
Probably fund a kingdom with the amount of money requests you could sell to interested rock people.
Absolutely. Nem is the 0.01%. Absolutely, Mama Nem always supporting the channel. Dirty Dan better than cute chick playing games any day. Thanks, Rave. Victor still trying to learn this game, entering first KVK in a week. Nice, man. Check out my I have an early game playlist. There's some battle mechanic stuff in there that you can check out. The KVK 1 commander pairings, which I still need to update. Still haven't done that because we had Emotep emerge into the game. Do we know when the Greek civilization is coming in, guys? Or that's still like not a thing?
Oh, well, you think they'll put that in with the Osiris update? Someone was saying on what, the 24th?
Thought it was gonna be more summer.
Is it? I'm saving my gold keys regardless, and that's hard as hell for me to do.
Oh, damn it. You're totally right. I usually open them for the Lucerns, but yeah, now I gotta hoard them.
Doing 24 is pretty good though. I always open all my keys at like 10 keys, so I never have any keys.
You're a whale though. You probably have a bunch of the Gen 1 commanders maxed already. I wouldn't be surprised.
Some, not all though. Like I don't have the, like the Caesar, the Cons, or the, anything like that out there.
Okay. Summertime like they did with Vikings. True. Yeah, we'll probably see like a big media push for them too once the Greek civilization comes in. So I know that they were promoting the Viking Civ for quite a while, so we got to start seeing some of that stuff first.
Yeah, if Chisgall doesn't do any live streams for a few days, he's probably in Los Angeles filming with the Pawn Stars again.
Good call. Very good call.
That was such a corny.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it was bad. Well, those Pawn Stars were just like, okay, just pay us our money, let us get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, most of the mobile games out there just have really god-awful advertisements, and Rise of Kingdom's right up there. Like, I always have played with this idea of trying to like make an actual like ad for them, but it would be too much editing. No more ads for ROK, only Call of Dragons. They're blowing that. I want to know how much money they dumped into their marketing, because I mean, obviously with having like Instagram, like their Instagram for Rise of Kingdoms and Facebook and all that stuff, but I get slammed with Call of Dragons marketing things all the time. Like that's like the only thing I see nowadays. They really went heavy on that.
I told Facebook I don't want to see those ads anymore. I don't even call it Call of Dragons. It's Call of Pixies, if you ask me. half of those characters look like freaking Tinkerbell from Disney.
Yeah, and there's
Rise of Kingdoms is also pretty. You have some weird body dimensions too.
Very true. Well, at least I mean, look, I mean, I've only seen like it's Call of Dragons, but like how often are you even using the dragons, or are they like really a thing?
Right.
Like, it's just weird that they called it that, and like you're not using them all that much.
How appropriate though was Harold holding a stein of beer for your thumbnail for this stream though? That was perfect.
Thank you. Yeah, I've used them before. I've done like happy hour streams on like Friday afternoons and stuff. I always go to Harold. He's got the nice brewski in hand.
Yeah, I figure I've put enough Lilith developer kids through college. I don't need to spend in Call of Dragons too.
Yeah.
Just start all over, potentially with a whole nother kingdom in leadership.
Yeah, well, like Plato made a very good breakdown on it when like people ask him in stream, should I play Call of Dragons or should I play Rise of Kingdoms? If you're new to the scope of these games with Lilith, go into Call of Dragons, because you're just so far behind kinda in Rise of Kingdoms. Although during my interview with Diablo from 3066 yesterday, he did say, I asked him for the breakdown, and he did say about 60, and this is a rough estimate, but 60% of his kingdom is still new player base. and 40% are old, like experienced players just doing like a restart account. So 60% is pretty good. And even when we did our, starting up our kingdom, and Syriac, you could probably attest to this too. I mean, we had a fair amount of new players in 2581.
Yeah, this was like last January, right? But we had so many new people, like the vast majority of the kingdom outside of like the one jumper group and like maybe one other alliance was all new. So yeah.
That's nice to hear, actually. That's nice to hear.
Yeah, and that was like, I'm going to try and, I don't know what's going to come of the 3066 video. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on them. But one thing I'm going to try to do is get some videos out highlighting some of these new kingdoms, because I think it'll keep things fresh. Something that is not necessarily a lot of people, I think, bring content to. And I think some of those guys deserve to be highlighted, especially, obviously, the big guys, but show the little guys some love. But this guy Kim in 3066 is 135 million power before KVK1, which is nuts. Like anyone who knows, like I think roughly off the top of my head, I've never done it, but I want to say it's like 10 grand to be KVK1 whale, maybe, give or take 5 to 10 grand, we'll say. So to be 135 million before KVK1 is absolutely nuts.
Yeah, and here's the thing too, and of course, this is my opinion only. It does not represent Dirty Dan Gaming whatsoever, right? Just saying that because, okay.
Here we go.
So with this big KVK coming up, 1960, 1254, 1365, there's a lot of big players that are going to be quitting this game after that KVK because they got nothing left to do after that. They want one last hurrah. So if you're a new player in this game, you're looking to drop a ton of money in the game, don't do it in your early kingdom. Wait. 2 to 3 months, I guarantee you and I'm not quitting, but I'm not in this big KVK, but I guarantee you there's going to be a large number of high-powered quality accounts for sale. Start the game, start playing the game, learn the game mechanics. And if you're serious about it, there's going to be accounts out there that are for sale that are going to be relatively cheap because supply will exceed demand.
And I gotta say, I'll jump in and just say I agree to that. Look, there's always this aspect of satisfaction that you get from developing your own account, and from someone who just acquired an account. It's been kind of fun playing with it, but it's not what I built, right? It's not how I would have done certain things. And to Lambo's point, I keep in touch with a few players who kind of keep an eye on the market of Rise of Kingdoms accounts. The market is down right now for accounts. Like, they are extremely cheap to pick up. Like, extremely. Think about what I had just said before, what it takes to be a KVK1 whale. It's about $5,000 to $10,000. For 5 grand, you can pick up a sick account. Like you could probably pick up an account that has a majority of the commanders maxed for 5 grand with at least one full set fully procced for 5 Gs. Like, that is insane value right there.
Yeah, and I agree. Half the fun is the journey and getting there. 100%.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it any other way myself, right? But there are other people who are looking to do things differently. There are a lot of people who would just rather go out and drop 10 to 20 grand and get a top tier account than they would invest the countless hours that you would have to invest to build an account. So it's different people have different mindsets.
Yeah, the only thing I would add to this is try to learn the game, particularly if you're very new to the game and you buy some high power account. The kingdom's probably not going to like you unless you make a real effort to actually learn how to play. You listen to them, maybe drop power if they ask you or something. And then sometimes because we've struggled with this here in our own kingdom, I'm sure many others too, even if you buy a high power account, it doesn't mean necessarily you can fight the whales in your kingdom. You still need to, if you're free to play, that account will go far, but without crystal tech, without refreshing the speed ups and resources eventually, you got to just keep your expectations reasonable.
Yeah, we have kind of a similar scenario in our kingdom. I'll call him out. Shit, I gotta set some more force. I'll call him out, I think, and he knows. But my man Opti has acquired this account as of a few KVKs ago, and I know he spends, but last KVK power drop was not great. I think he may have just missed his dead requirements, but yeah, like you gotta, yeah, like Syriac said, you gotta perform up to the expectations of what the power is on the account, not on what your spending level is. Because again, the power of the account is going to be affecting the kingdom. So you need to play up to the power, and if not, then you got to delete troops. It's as simple as that. Like if you get an account that's loaded though, and you have tons of years and years of speed ups, just delete some troops, or swarm a bunch of flags into KVK, help your kingdom out. Do it that way. That's better.
Yeah.
And then like load up on T4 troops or something, or like load up on like I'm thinking right now of almost pretty much self-zeroing myself, and then I'm going to build up like strictly like 2 million T5 cav, and then like that's it, and just run those, or T4. I don't know which way I want to go yet. I keep jumping back and forth, but yeah, you got to play up to the expectation of what the power is on the account. So you got to be careful when you are picking up accounts. Hunky,
100%, absolutely.
Hunky, thank you for the $7.99 super chat shot. So I'm gonna leave it at 4 since Hunky just added that, but here's the shot there. Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, I mean, we had a guy just buy an account in our kingdom, 53 million. Was a player in our alliance. He quit playing the game and he deleted all of his troops before he quit playing. So more power to him. He lowered his power before he deleted. So it didn't impact the kingdom. But then he went and he sold the account. Didn't even tell us he was selling the account. So this guy comes into the kingdom, tells us, "Hey, I just bought this account. Can I get in your alliance?" Well, no, we have a process for people to get in our alliance. You got to fill out an application. You got to do a voice interview.
Ooh.
So then he lied to several of the R4s, saying so and so told me I could get in, and we're not stupid. We communicate with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, no, dude, you can't get in, and since you're lying to us, we zero him now every single week. And it's like time for you to leave, buddy.
Yeah.
You don't just buy an account in an established kingdom where in their alliance description it says, if you migrate here without permission, you are food.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
do your research, right?
Yeah, that's hilarious that this guy just picked up an account and is now just constantly getting zeroed. Oh, God.
People have a lot of unreasonable expectations when they buy accounts, so they just show up. Like,
Oh,
it's kinda
yeah.
crazy.
Because they think they're like hot shit, They're like, oh yeah, I'm here now, and I'm the second coming. Especially in a kingdom like Lambo's, where you have some big heavy players like Lambo, MF. It's like, well, pump the brakes there, guy.
And okay, so speaking of MF, I want to set the record straight. Somebody in my stream earlier today said that they were watching an OmniArc video and OmniArc said MF quit the game. This is fake news. It is completely untrue. So OmniArc, I don't know what you're doing for clickbait. I'm not trying to get Dan in trouble here. But if you want to verify news about MF, feel free to come to me. I talk to the man daily. Okay? He has not quit the game. He's semi-retired. But I guarantee you, if we get in a fight in KVK, he will be there side by side with us, fighting tooth and nail until none of us have troops left. Okay? So, all right. Sorry, just had to get that off my chest.
Bam.
I hate fake news. I hate it.
Yeah. Different MF, Jazzy. We had an MF in our kingdom too. Different MF. This is the OG MF. He really is like an OG, like one of the very first Krakens that appeared on the scene for Rise of Kingdoms. So yeah, no clickbait on the arc if you're watching this. Come on.
He's the clickbait king. That's his thing. I get it, but don't spread fake news.
Oh boy. Lying in ROK is dumb. Leadership are rarely fools. Rarely. Yeah, I mean, look, it's very hard to fool leadership. Like we're very in tune, especially I would say, like, especially in these newer age kingdoms, I guess if you want to call it, like we're very data driven. And like people try to lie to me like, oh no, like I've been here since KVK2. My guy, I have all of our stats going back to KVK1. It's as simple as opening the spreadsheet, Control F, put in your governor ID. Oh, he wasn't here. So, and that's not even like super new age. It's just whatever. So yeah, you can try all you want, guys, but it's very hard to fool leadership.
He was there in spirit.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, with you guys.
Nighthawk, to be frank, you guys for One Alliance Kingdom have some good fighters and seem well organized. Thank you. And we've always gotten that kind of, you know, commendations, is that we've always been known as being very organized. I just wish I saw a little. My buddy Morningstar sent me this clip from Chisgle's stream earlier, Shinchi's Kingdom, and him and Word Chat are talking Shinchi's Kingdom, and yeah, they're very good fighters. I wish I was watching, because I would have super chatted him, be like, it's my kingdom, thank you very much. But I know why he refers to it as Shinchi's Kingdom. But again, put a little respect on the name, because I built this shit with my crew. So when I hear that, it irks me a little bit. So I will pop in one of these days and be like, yeah, that was my kingdom, not Shinchi's. Nice little super chat for him.
Is Shinchi in your kingdom even?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, we brought him in last KVK. And again, like, I know why he does it, and I know why his, you know, his thumbnails or his, you know, you gotta rock with what's gonna get you the it's the clickbait. It's not clickbait, it is clickbait, I guess, but I would do the same thing, you know. And I have been doing that actually too. I'm using Chisgle in my thumbnails and titles and stuff. So yeah, you gotta play the game a little bit, but I feel like in a little bit of an essence, give some respect where respect's due, because I am a YouTuber, but and this is my kingdom. It's not Shinchi's kingdom. So
that deserves a shot.
Cheers. Spring. I'm just trying to. I'm honestly, it's more or less like a game against the shot counter now. I'm like, because now it's been about an hour or so. So now I'm like, all right, I need to get the shot counter down to 0. Wait, hold on.
You know I'm not gonna let it hit 0, don't you?
Oh, fuck. And on when I went back on Drago's video to like watch and like kind of take some notes, he almost took the shot the way that I just took it, but he took one shot so slow, and I'm like, why is he taking that shot so slow? But now I understand. Now I know, because oh my god, they start to creep up on you. I don't even know how many shots I've taken, to be honest, guys. I'm gonna have to go back.
Honestly, I think you're down to 2, but not for long.
No, I think it's 3. I think total. I'm not sure. I have 2 shot counters up right now. I'm messing it up a little bit. Let's see, total so far. So I started off with 2 with you, Lambo, and then Lambo.
Now 3.
I gotta put it back up to 4 now. Oh my gosh. Okay, so thank you, Lambo, for the $5 super chat to bring me back up to 4 shots remaining. Oh lordy. Victor, welcome to the Dirty Gang. Let's get some hype emojis in the chat, guys. And then
one of your nice subscribers said you can't do 2 shots in a super chat, so there we go.
Oh, God.
Hopefully you pick something that isn't super high proof.
No, luckily. I mean, the Jack Daniels is 70 proof, and then this is, what's the Jameson? 80 proof.
Next Saturday we want Everclear.
No, God, no. Oh my God. You really want to get my stomach pumped. Oof.
I have so many bad memories from college of Everclear. I don't even know if I can say that even for the memes.
Me too.
All the jungle juice Everclear? Nah, yeah, I'm good. Smoke, welcome to the stream. Is Lamb and everyone else drinking too? Lambo cannot drink. GX, are you having some libations?
Yeah, I have a White Claw right here.
Okay.
But I'm not going shot for shot with you, that's for sure.
I've got my water and my Coke Zero. I'm good.
There we go. All right. I think I'm gonna do. That's dangerous. I was gonna say, I think I want to do a double to try and bring that shot counter down a little bit. Okay, let's do a double. And then I'm gonna take a nice little reprieve after this because this has been a nice few shots. All right, so I'm just gonna count up the shots real quick because I'm getting. I need to be somewhat responsible. I cannot. Imagine like calling my dad or someone and be like, Dad, I need to go to the hospital. Why? I need to get my stomach pumped. Why? Just doing shots on stream and I'm really fucked up right now. That wouldn't go very well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh,
7,
Goose.
8, 9, 10 shots so far. Fun police here. Have water, please. Yes. Thank you, Goose.
Have you eaten today?
I did
Hopefully.
eat. Yeah, I had a big lunch before starting this up.
You know what you're doing.
Thank you, Goose. I will take a nice little water shot real quick. I probably should have been drinking more of this and less of the beer, but let's go
Come on, y'all. 63 people watching, 39 likes. Hit that thumbs up. Come on, seriously.
Thank you, Lambo.
Yeah, this man's going to the hospital soon for you. Give him some lights with you.
The least you can do is like the stream. Oh man, got important Kingsland. I'm getting soft. Goose, he's like, oh shit, what am I doing? Checkers, welcome to the stream. I should be okay. I mean, luckily, so 14 UTC is about 10 a.m. my time. I'll probably be hurting a little bit, but that's not going to prevent me from doing what I got to do.
Yeah, you might want to pass King before you do any more.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. It's funny too because when as we were like getting the kingdom started up too, and my old code king MIB, luckily Morningstar is not as strict on me. Well, I kind of like, we work one and the same, right? But I think he's very respectful and said, no, you're the king, Dan, because he kind of came up into my co-king role, whereas me and MIB, we were like the true like actual kings. And like MIB always used to say, Dan, are you drunk? And I'd be like, maybe. He's like, you can't be in game right now. It's like, okay, boss. And I would just like leave the game if I was a little too drunk. But now it's a little different. Mama, yeah, I'm gonna pass to you.
Somebody asked for the pit one too many times and you just give him a bad title on 0.
Why do you start this way?
Does that bug you guys too? I mean, the pit just finishes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
a half a second later, gold pit, please.
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me a fucking chance here.
Yeah. Turtle, welcome to the stream. How lit are you? I don't even know. Let's take this double shot. I'm gonna bring this down to 2 soap. See, for proof, there's the double that's filled all the way to the top. So cheers. I'm gonna bring it down to 4. Someone's gonna pump it back up. All right, so note to self, next time I have to monitor how many shots I have taken, because I totally lost count. This is not good. Now I'm gonna take a break. Oh lordy. Is this everything you wanted and more, Lambo? Is this the Drugothian vibes from back in the day?
I'm having fun. Hopefully chat's having fun.
I'm glad. Yeah, hope you guys are having fun. If you guys are, consider subscribing, hit that like button. This is our second Dirty Gang Saturdays. I am joined here by Mr. Lambo, who I got to get some cool commands like you, Lambo. because now that I have to go and like search for it, it's just so much more convenient too to have some commands. But for those who don't know, Lambo does have his own YouTube channel as well, and then I'm also joined in voice by Syriax, King of 2592, and now King Ray just joins the chat. He is one of the R4's councils of 2576. So for those who don't know, here's Lambo's channel. Go ahead, check him out. Very chill time over there. Some nice streams. Keep your fingers crossed that he gets some fighting in KVK, because I definitely want to see some action come out of their kingdom.
You gonna tune in on Monday for our Kingsland?
Monday, if I can probably peek in at times, Ray. But if ours is still going on, then I won't be able to.
Yeah, we got the 200 flags built right to fit our time frame, and you know, we talked about Grom the last Saturday you had. They seem like a kingdom they're not going to give up for a handful of days. They're going to keep trying. So it's going to be until we take their pass when they give up.
Okay.
I'm afraid. But the B kingdoms didn't even show up in zone 9 or past 9 and haven't showed up to fight in front of Rom either. Neither is the other A kingdom. We haven't had like hardly any fighting.
Has anyone in that KVK in general had like a hefty amount of fighting, or not really?
Yeah, so the B kingdoms beat up one of our A kingdoms for like 3 days. They did some stupid fighting, like for whatever reason they didn't, you know, put it nicely, like they didn't have a nice tactic of like what having a plan put together on how to win the zone. So when Pass 5 happened, you know, so some of those guys had fighting, but us and 82 are pretty much fresh. Like we haven't had hardly anything. I've AFK'd most of my marches to even get 6 million severes. So that's how yeah, that's how bad it, like it's not Lambo bad, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah. Lambo, what's your kill count in KVK right now? Is it still that 79k or whatever it was?
79,000.
Oh shit.
So we have 3 different people here that are in the Nile KVK. And then I had seen 12-inch also do, like he had his kingdom in Nile previous cycle. Like, why does it just seem like nobody fights in Nile? Or like the fighting is just like not there?
I like the map. Okay, I like the map, except for the fact that it makes it too easy for kingdoms to hide. I mean, if you can't get into their starting zone, then all they gotta do is sit in their starting zone and farm. It makes your covered KVK is way too easy.
Yeah, I think because of the nature of it being so similar to KVK 3, and that perception of KVK 3 of being like a kind of like a recovery, you know, I think people tend to take that approach. But I'm with Lambo. I like the map. I think if there's one thing that they could just do different is, you know, maybe make like they have this little zone here, that you can have this small territory fight. Maybe just get rid of these 2 zones and just make this like a straight up like another one of those small zones where it's free builds out into it. I really don't. Chiz made a really good point on his stream as we were fighting these guys in our zone for this pass, where it's like the level of excitement for pass fights that you're just deadlocked, very similar to Heroic Anthem level 7 passes, is like down here, right? And then when you have fresh zones that open up like zone 5 in Heroic Anthem, zone 6 if it calls for it, and then obviously Kingsland and stuff, like the excitement is up here and the level of strategy is up here. Because when you're just set up in front of a pass, it's like, well, how much are you really going to do, you know? So I think if they can just make one adjustment, they could just adjust that. But I do like the map, and I'm curious to see how, you know, Kingsland plays out with you not being able to, you know, invade right away. I think it's like 3 days or so, Ray. So you guys will probably be holding for about that 2 to 3 days. And then as soon as these level 10 passes open, these level 9 passes open as well. So it calls for anyone who is, you know, maybe not winning the KVK, they still have the opportunity to get back into it. And then it calls for even more aggression from the other side. Like we're over here positioned the same way that 82 and 2576 are. Like as soon as those passes open, we're fully invading this BC kingdom, and then hopefully wrapping around and coming in here. But yeah, I'm very much with Lambo. I like the map design a lot, but I think the perception of it being similar to KVK 3 Syriax is why so many people take it as kind of like a recovery-ish kind of KVK approach.
Well, the worst part is when they give you two options, they give you Heroic Anthem or King of the Nile. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't want to, like, yeah, this is my second SOC, but talking to, like, our older players, they're like, yeah, I've only ever played Heroic Anthem. And it's like, yeah, no, we're not going down that road. Like, there's multiple different maps. Like, you got to experience everything once, you know? But I think that part of what they could do in this map, and here's the issue, is like, we teamed up, you know, I talked to you about potentially teaming up, but we were CC that got bumped up, and you almost make your opponents with this setup, which is why people actually like this setup. And then you get to this situation where it's like Lambo, who you get matched up properly, but they won't fight you because they're scared.
Yeah.
You know, you're just more organized, and you have a better player base with, you know, smaller power.
Yeah, I mean, the power between our allies and our enemies was within like 300 million. So the power was fair. You know, granted, kill points, we had 900 billion kill points, and they had 300 billion kill points. You know, so that was a huge discrepancy. But at the same time, you pick your allies, right? We're not going to go out and pick kingdoms that don't fight. You know, so it just and okay. I mean, I get it. I totally get it. If you're getting stomped on the field, it might be wise to do a strategic retreat, but to not even show up, not even try, especially in those Shrine of Ra and Font of Ra, it just makes absolutely zero sense to me.
Yeah, and I can agree with that. You know, it's just strategic. You know, we had one Kingdom 71 who we fought past 5, and they chose to not even take their level 9 pass until later, right? Like, we're not fighting you. We're going to take this pass for rewards when we get to it. But here's the thing too, is with like ROK board, who you can compare kingdoms for, you know, kill to death ratio. You can look at your allies and who you're picking. So when you're choosing allies, like, everybody has that ability or opportunity, and people that don't know, like, I'm sorry, like, I wish that it was more readily available, but the devs are kind of a little weird on stuff like that.
Yeah, and you know, hopefully nobody picks these guys as allies in the future, and they keep getting shitty KVKs.
I feel like they have to they have to implement a penalty or something. I don't know how they would do it. There's got to be a penalty for not even, you know, trying. You know, like maybe, you know, monitoring the kills or something. I don't know exactly what they would do, but I think that's something needs to be done to prevent, you know, these flop KVKs, because it only hurts Lilith too. You know, it's only hurting them because they're losing interest in their game, you know, because this is a war game at the end of the day, and there's a decent amount of, I want to say, kingdoms out there that, you know, kind of very leisurely and casual, but they definitely have to adjust some things to prevent this from happening again, especially with the perception that the Nile KVK has.
They're fighting our allies, though. They're just not fighting us.
Yeah, we've experienced the same thing. Like, we had 71 who we fought in Zone 5. Like, since we fought him in Zone 5, won't even contest us. The B kingdoms won't even show up to fight us, but they'll fight, you know, our other 8 kingdoms. It's like we're 2 kingdoms. It's 2v2. It's not a 2v1. Like, I can understand 71 not fighting us, right? It's 2v1. We're bringing, you know, should bring theoretically double the population, but it's just, it's frustrating. I sent something to Dirty Dan that was talked about in the Chinese servers, potentially doing matchmaking as well with stars. But it gets really even more hard to, kind of predict what you're going to do, because we had full intentions of being a C kingdom, right? We were less and I talked to Dirty Dan a bunch about it. We were less power than they were going into the heroic anthem. So it was like, well, we should be good. I think we'll be a C seed. We were making preparations. We had pretty much had a team built to go to a CD King of the Nile. And I logged on. I don't know. My buddy Dozzy, he hit me up at like 9:30 and he's like, dude, you're not gonna believe this. He's like, is this what it means? I think it means it was a big old B. And it was like, well, what do we do now? We're like the smallest kingdom in this fucking setup. And luckily, I talked to 1882 and they're super good people and they were like, yeah, we'll take you on. And I was like, well, we're fresh. We haven't done any training. We've been on a power diet, like we were meant to be a C seed, and when we hit pre-KVK, we showed that, and then ever since then, it's just been, smooth sailing. We've got along great. They have 1882 is like 100% would ally again. Like any day when this KVK is over, no matter what, like they hit me up and said, hey, we're going to register for this. Like I would be down to do it. Like they're just that good of people. Awesome to deal with.
Hey, real quick to kind of sidebar, Syriax, in your KVK, who are you allied with?
So we are Earth Camp. We're allied with the Fire.
Oh, okay. Interesting. When is your Kingsland open?
Basically almost the exact same time as yours. Tomorrow.
Damn it.
13:53, yeah.
Yo, this is cool. So you guys, right, are old KVK3 allies, and that's why I scooted over here and I saw this marker and I'm like, what the fuck? So we were actually allies with HOS last KVK. So this is gonna be fun to see two old allies going at it in Kingsland tomorrow. That'll be very fun. I'm definitely gonna have to poke in at times and see what's going on for you. This is gonna be interesting.
It's been a interesting KVK. This is like I mentioned before, this is one where it's like each camp has like 2 B seeds, one or two C seeds, and 2 Ds, which has been kind of strange. But otherwise, it's been like a days-long fight every time there's been a zone. Like every altar fight, everybody's fighting. So like, there's been a ton of fighting. Happy to go into more detail about it. We've been absolutely shredding Lynn camp here, but they just have way more activity, so it kind of balances out. Kind of the same story, I think, on the other side. So it's going to be Kingsland's going to be very interesting. Yeah, we've just been shredding people out here. I'm approaching 2 billion KP this KP.
This KVK alone?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god, what an animal. I popped you up on screen. I don't know if you were watching it, but look at this. This is a new account, guys. This is a year-old account at 6.3 billion kill points. It's pretty fucking nuts.
I'm jealous.
I am very jealous.
Money will get you very far in this game.
Well, here's the funny thing. So the B Kingdoms, they have an account that's just talking mad trash. And I was like, well, why don't you fight us and my KP will get better? He's like, well, it's not my fault. My kingdom, your KP is low because of my kingdom. It's like, you ain't showed up one time to fight us. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
That's why like 90% of the trash talkers in Lost Kingdom chat are less than 50 million power.
Less than 50 million power. They don't even have 1 billion kill points.
Well, this I'm pretty sure is a bot account. It's the John Wick account. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Victor, so Dan, how big of a whale would you say one is if he is 80 million power before KVK 1 starts? I would say that's a decent whale. That's not like, I mean, any KVK 1 is big because Again, there is, and I kind of mentioned this in my interview yesterday with Diablo from 3066, there's no stronger force in this game than a KVK1 whale. You can, and Syriac, you're a KVK1 whale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
T5 midway through. So.
You can literally send out troops and just get swarmed and come out extremely positive. People just bounce off of you. In my jumper project, Victor, when we hit KVK1, I was 14 million power. I only bought King's Coronation because I caved. I was trying to do full free to play, but I caved at one point with like 2 marches. And anytime I ran up against the T5 players, I mean, I knew better to fight them. I would just run because you're not really going to do much against them. You got to let the T5s kind of go at it with each other. The T5s got to clear the T5s. Yeah, I mean, no KVK1 whale is a T5 player is to sneeze at. But I would say that's kind of like an average-ish player for a KVK1 whale. That's what our man Odin was at. We had a bunch of people like right behind him at like 70 mil, 60 mil, 50 mil respectively. And yeah, I mean, Odin alone in that KVK was able to accumulate 1.4 billion kill points as a KVK1 whale. So
do you think that scares away new players from the game after they go through their first KVK?
I think...
Absolutely, because you got to think about it. You're fielding 2 commanders most players don't even have access to. Yeah. And it's like, who the fuck are these guys? Sorry, excuse my language, but it really, some of these, the pay to win aspect really comes into like a game like, even look at Call of Dragons, how much server 32 it has made them. And it's like, it's a pay to win server. And people still, you know, it really tarnishes the game to think about, like, you can't even compete, like going to KVK2, like, unless you build a team of multiple whales. It's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why the cross-season migration stuff doesn't work for most players, because you're not coming back to KVK 2 or 3 to any kingdom that's run halfway decently without being like a stacked T5 account or like friends of the people there, because without that you're screwed in KVK 2.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started, it was a year before we hit our first KVK. KVK wasn't even a thing.
Yeah,
when I started playing this game, right?
And
you had time to develop your account before you got to KVK 1, and you had multiple T5s in the kingdoms you were facing. And I mean, hell, I played against Baba in KVK 1, and he was a mere 160 million power at that time. I mean, I'm sitting there at 24 million power. But you know, there were T5 players in each of the kingdoms. Now it seems like KVK 1, you have absolutely no chance if you're a low spender at T4 going against, you know, like a Jordan C, who is T5 and has unlimited troops to throw out there, or an Mephisto, right? And that would seriously discourage me from continuing to play this game.
I think a lot is upon leadership nowadays, and the experienced players, right? Because I think a lot of the experienced players are in leadership for these newer kingdoms. I think it's upon setting expectations and saying, hey, look, and here's the thing too with KVK 1s, you're gonna have, there's not gonna be a lot of them, you know. You're gonna have your select few, which again, they hurt, they're so OP, but it's not like there's 25, 30 T5 players running rampant in a KVK. It's really like maybe 1 to 2, maybe up to 5. Like we had 5 in our first KVK, and we were by far the most in KVK 1. I think the next closest was like maybe 3 in another kingdom. And as Hunky kind of mentioned too, KVK 1 separates serious players from those who are messing around. It's really upon leadership, in my opinion, to set expectations and be like, hey, look, like, and setting expectations and also training people, right? Because we really developed a strong warrior mindset in 2581, and we taught our players how to fight. And you just got to let them know, like, look, KVK 1, you're going to run into, you know, this, you know, player X who's going to destroy you every single time. It's probably in your best interest to not fight him. Fight the other, you know, 200, 300 people that are running around in the KVK. Just avoid that guy, you know? So I think it's really upon setting the expectations for your kingdom and your player base, very much like we did with those starting zones against 2293. You know, I think if we didn't set expectations and we just, you know, were getting defeated and our fort kept burning and stuff, that the perception of our players would be like, oh well, what are we doing here? Our fort keeps burning and blah blah blah. But we knew and we told our players, like, look, we don't care about this zone. Like, let's just trade what we can, get out of the zones, you know, fairly unscathed, use our farm accounts, and then we move on. And I think that favored us very well. I think it's all about the expectations that you set for people and letting the experience kind of guide the new players a little bit.
And it makes perfect sense. And I agree 100%. How many, I mean, maybe what, 1 out of every 10 new kingdoms has experience like that in leadership that's gonna set those expectations, right? So I don't know. I just see this game as very hard for new players now, and I'm glad to hear that 60% of the people in some of these servers are brand new players to the game. That makes me feel like, okay, maybe this game isn't dying.
Yeah, I think it might be a little bit more than 1 out of 10, Lambo, because even if it's not a situation where it's like you know, a king or kind of like a setup like 2581. I think you're still going to have key people in leadership who just don't necessarily want to be king, but they're like part of the council and they're part of the, you know, the thought process behind the kingdom, right? Because some people just don't want the, I guess you could call it, quote unquote, spotlight. But I think it might be a little bit more. So I think
there's some of it too, where like a lot of older players don't go back and look, but like, instead of it being an 8 kingdom, KVK 1 or 6 kingdom, it's now 4. So you're starting to see that the majority of KVK 1s, like anybody who has experienced leader and is going up against a big jumper group, they don't fight KVK 1. And the idea is because if you take out, you know, you take a butter knife to a knife fight and you get mobbed, you lose all your activity. Where KVK 2, you have the potential to be a D or a C seed. And I think that's kind of the issue with KVK 1 is because you can have those 4 or 5 whales up against what will be a D seed kingdom because they just, you know, you had so many players quit through attrition, you know?
Yeah, and I think Hunky maybe said it best too. You know, it does separate the serious players from, you know, the casual players. Because if you're a low spender, or if you're, you know, not low spender, but, you know, like I got a screenshot from my buddy Egg a few weeks ago, and it was all of us in KVK 1, and like even he's a so here's Egg now, but me and him were about the same power in KVK 1. We were like 26, I think he was like 28. This is Egg now, right? 99 million power, 6 billion kill points, 21 million deads, and then here's me at 4 billion KP, almost 21 million deads. I kill my troops better than he does. I don't know, I lost my train of thought. I'm getting drunk. Take a shot. Cheers, boys.
Or moral of the story is good leadership can make or break a kingdom.
Yeah, I think that's the number one killer. KVK 1 is brutal, but like leadership and just having a stable kingdom with a community you like playing with, that I think drives the most people away from the game. Like civil wars and like corrupt leadership and like, you know, just people bickering all the time. Like even if you're losing, you can still have fun, at least in certain situations. But leadership, I think, is the biggest one in the game. And there really isn't a lot of content out there for like training new leaders or teaching people how to play. So I don't know.
So with that being said, Syriax, I'm going to give you massive shout outs to this. And also to Melancholic, who kind of spurred the idea even more so from... He was very persistent. He wanted the Kingdom review. And then at one point I was just like, you know what, let's do an interview. So, and also to Lambo, Beast, Plato, Apocalypse for the podcast thing. Because I was like, you know what, I want to make a podcast too. Because it's something that I think I like better in a sense where people can just... I'm really getting into podcasts lately. I like that I can just turn something on and just listen to it. I don't have to watch the screen or anything like that necessarily. Like, people can watch the screen if they want. So upon some of your comments in chat one day, Syriax, about not having the game and the content lacking leadership content, and then kind of we touched on territory a little bit too.
Yeah.
I will be starting a new segment called the King's Corner podcast, where I haven't established who from my kingdom I'm going to be bringing on just yet. But I will be bringing a few people on from 2581, maybe a few people different from each week who have been former kings, and then going and interviewing different kings on kings of successful kingdoms. And then we'll maybe even do some kingdoms that aren't maybe in the process of rebuilding or trying some new things. But massive props to you, Syriax, for kind of spurring that idea, because I wanted to do something content wise for that, but I wasn't sure how to do it. And then I think from my conversations with Melancholic / Diablo, I was like, let me just fucking make a podcast out of this shit. And obviously with Lambo and crew for allowing me to join the podcast. So I will look to start, I'm probably, after this simmers down, I'm probably gonna start reaching out to different kings. Syriax, you're probably gonna be one of the first people that I reach out to. Ray, you're probably gonna be another one, although I know you're not king, but you're
I'm in that rotation. You just show up on Kingsland Day and just watch.
So yeah, we'll and again in 2581 alone we have just so we can see them. D was a former king. I don't know if he'll hop on though. He's a little quiet at times. I think Skinsy was a former king. Archer was a former king. Bears was a former king. Philly was a former king. That's 4 right there alone in our kingdom. So for those who are wondering of the success that we have over here, it's not just me or Morningstar or MIB or Mom and M. We have a huge, thick backbone of experienced players in this kingdom. A lot of former kings to help me out. So that's definitely something that after this KVK, I'm going to start probably really starting to put together. I don't know exactly the frequency of how I'm going to do it yet, but I'm very, very, very much excited to get something going in terms of leadership content. I think that is missing in Rise of Kingdoms, as you alluded to, Syriax, to kind of help the community a little bit more, you know.
Yeah, that sounds great. I don't want to claim that idea entirely, and I think there's plenty of experienced kings you could bring on besides me, but definitely. Yeah, I think there may not be a huge audience for it, but I think there's like a desperate need in the game for it. Just because there are so many people, like in this KVK, for example, just from a lot of the behaviors of either in my camp or our enemy's camp or whatever, there's like so many like strategy things, or just like controlling your players and the rallies they send, or like just like all of the things that go into like being like a good, competent leader, even just in R4. There's just like a crying need for it, and that I think would improve both the gameplay of like everybody, including against like the good kingdoms who want good people to fight, but also just like make people want to stay in the game, so they don't feel like, oh man, we're just getting blown out by this other kingdom and nobody knows why. Everybody's fighting with each other. Or you know, the king only gives MGEs to like their friends, and so we have no garrisons. And so like, I don't know. I think there's a ton of it, but you won't fix all the problems. But I think it'd be nice to be able to be like, yeah, just go to Dirty Dan's channel, and he has like a lot of really great content telling you like how to like be a good kingdom, you know, what kinds of rallies and garrisons, how to at least think about that kind of stuff. For flag building, like I know I could learn more about flag building. I always feel like we build flags a little slow. So I think small things like that go a long way.
Yeah,
that's a great idea, guys. Great idea.
Yeah, again, I think
being an R4 is not just building a resource pit.
Yes, yeah, and that was, you know, that's another point too, you know, that we'll probably, you know, divulge on some of these podcasts, but you know, just having roles for R4s, and like we have a slew of R4s who don't necessarily have roles, but they're super helpful to us whenever we do need them to kind of jump in, and that kind of happens a lot when it's off season and we're doing kingdom cleanup and stuff. They're the ones to kind of reach out to the players and do some of the legwork that we need to spread out amongst you know, players, as opposed to just leaving it to a few. And I got to shout out again to, I will always call back to 780 And thank you, speaking of 780 Hunky, for the water shot that I just took and get Kono on stream. I highly doubt Kono would join on stream, but always got to call back to 780 because I learned so much from them. At one point was just a ferociously insane fighting kingdom, and kind of just ran its course, and that's mostly due to lack of hands and lack of bodies. And that's one thing that I took away from that experience, was I need to make sure that we have backups upon backups upon backups, people who are willing to openly step up and help, whether that's into a role or whether that's just if you need help, with extracurricular things, so I always got to call back to them. But yeah, I think that one of the videos too that really helped me and kind of like spurred the motivation was one of Chiz's videos where he talked about a leadership structure, and I can't find the video for the life of me because he has so many goddamn videos. But a lot of the structure that they had in, what kingdom was he in with SW 75?
1075.
1075. They did like a lot of like the Game of Thrones structure, so they had like king, hand of the king, and then they had like the separate branches, the master of coin and all that stuff. So like kind of like positioning it that way. I don't think you need to get super like that, but having some structure like that is definitely necessary. So I'm very excited to be putting something like that together, and hopefully it's a good turnout, and hopefully people get some good value out of it, because even just from last KVK, there's definitely I think a need for leadership help, and I'm not going to toot my own horn by any means because I'm not doing this alone, but yeah, I think there's definitely a void in leadership content, and I think hopefully we can fill that void for people.
I think there's a little bit more too you could touch on, and that's kind of like how recruitment and account building goes into things, because watching Plautos, farmer or fighter with 960, like one of the things they look at is the T5 to T4 ratio. They want to see almost double T5 to T4, and it shows that you take the hard fights. And like thinking about that, like recruitment's one of the hardest things to do in this game, and typically the best recruits are friends you've played with before.
Yeah, agreed. Like we put a lot of time trying to like figure out for migrants and things. Like I try and check all their stats versus like their kingdom ID. You try and get references and all that stuff. But like at a certain point, you're just gonna have to take a gamble on people. Like, because you don't know what kind of fights they've been. You don't know if the count is even the original owner. You don't know if they like took a break for a while. So yeah, recruitment is so difficult. It can make or break a kingdom sometimes. So
yeah. That's why we insist on a voice interview for everyone coming to our.
Yeah, that's smart.
I love that. I forgot to give you some praise on that. I think that's something that we will enact in 2581. Going forward, is that you got to hop on at least a semi-quick voice interview with us. I think that shows your ability to be open into listening, I think, as well, because I think so many people in this game are like, oh, like I don't want to join voice, or but at the end of the day, I think what makes 2581 so fun for us, and this is some of the most fun I've had, is when we get in voice, it's so much fun. Because we have, and a lot of it comes from our council. Like shout out to Philly, shout out to Skinsy, Morningstar, Bong, like Mama Nem. Like a lot of our council is very engaging when it comes to being in voice, and I think that's what makes us a little appealing too. Is like once people like kind of open up and they've been here for a little while and they hop in voice with us, and like, oh, this is like a fun environment to be in. So like I really like that fact of like just getting someone into a simple interview. To kind of open them up a little bit, and obviously kind of dig into and find out a little bit more on their experiences and whatnot, because it always has much of a bigger impact in voice rather than a text or something like that.
Yeah, I mean the reason we do it is most importantly we want to make sure that they're going to fit into our existing group.
Yeah,
we got such a small group here that we don't want to disrupt the flow. We're all friends. At any given time, I can pick up the phone and call anyone in my alliance and say, "Hey, I need some help defending this flag." and they're going to jump online. You know, we just want to make sure that people coming to our kingdom are not going to disrupt the family-friendly. Well, it's not family-friendly because we cuss and swear at each other all the time, but disrupt the family vibe that we got going on.
1029 family friendly.
Right.
Oh man, Lucretia, thank you for the super chat. I don't know which alky is strongest, but a shot of that. Well, I have my menu up and it's $5 a shot, but I'll add it, I guess, because then Lambo might get upset with me.
1029, the farmers and the friends of King of Nile.
Yeah.
Don, welcome to the stream. I just realized that we have altar opening up, and these guys are going to show up again. Like, bro, we fought 2293. Like, I'm so disappointed in these B seeds. I really am. So like here real quick, let me pull up our KVK map for those who are like, oh, maybe they're not as strong as you guys and whatever. Like, guys, this is what we're working with. Like, it's not like we're insanely, one of them is stronger than us. Like, it's pretty even when it comes to power. And like, they're not, it's so lame. It's so lame. I'm so disappointed with them. I can't. That deserves a shot. What are we drinking? So we have Jameson on the menu, Don, and then we have Jack Daniel's Honey for a little bit of a palate cleanser effect. And we'll do
that makes up for the $2.99 Aussie to bring it to a full shot right there.
Yeah, I'll do a double on it too. So, now, thank you, Lambo. Jesus.
Getting white girl wasted up in here.
Now it's a full shot. Oh boy, I can feel it. Yo, thank God. Honestly, guys, I'll tell you right now, this is gonna hit me so hard when I get off of stream. I'm starting to feel like super. I'm starting to feel super rosy now. I'm definitely getting a little bit twisted, but thank God I had that big lunch, because I can feel it it's sitting in my stomach and it's slowly absorbing in. But if I didn't eat the way that I did, I would be so done right now. Oh shit. All right. Cheers, y'all. To the first dirty shots with the Dirty Gang. Thank you, Lambo, for spurring the idea. Thank you, King Ray and Syriax, for joining me. As Don throws a $5 super chat, $5.50 super chat, take a JD shot. Jameson is for the poor. Well, JD honey, so Jameson might be a little bit better in this effect, but cheers, y'all. Double shot. So wait, hold on. Did I adjust the counter or no? No, I have to adjust the counter. I'm adjusting the counter anyway. Fuck you guys. That'll go to 3 since Don just added one. Oh fuck. Double shots are not good. Not fun.
You're off the hook with me though, Dan. I won't buy any more.
You've done your fair share.
I have some heart. Not a lot, but some.
I'm hoping you get him drunk enough to reveal the Kingdom battle plan for tomorrow.
Bring that up live on stream. Huh?
Oh my gosh. Beast, thank you for the sub. There was a few subs that I missed too earlier before. Let me just call those out real quick. Ash, thank you for the subscription. Libertad Financieria, thank you for the sub. And Winnie the Pooh, thank you for the sub. And then the slew of super chats that are on the screen. Oh boy. One thing I'm gonna ask now. I was gonna ask you offline, Lambo. Do you know how to get the Discord thingies on stream, like so I can see you guys as you're chatting?
I do not.
I can't figure that out. I'll ask Plato because I know he knows how to do it. Cannot figure that out. I've been trying to figure it out, but I can't.
I mean, I would probably do it the hard way myself, and that would be to how is it? I'd probably do a screen capture of every single person individually and then resize it on OBS, but
That's what I was thinking of doing too. I tried doing that, but I don't know, it was being a little funky. Okay. We'll see. I know Plato has it on his stream, so I'll check up and see. Oh boy, fuck. Now I feel it. Now I'm starting to. Oh shit.
Yeah, because if you click on the Dirty Lounge, it brings up all four of us in larger icons. Yeah, the only way I could think to do it is to open up four more screens in OBS and capture each one individually. Or just take a screenshot or do all four of them.
Yeah.
But then if somebody else joins the stream, you got to do it all over again. So I don't know.
Thank God. Thank you, Shirak, for the $5 super chat. Way too late, but get some water. Thank you.
You got me curious now. I'm going to play with it in my OBS.
Annie, welcome to the stream. So I am waiting for my shot, right? The only one you took isn't from my dono. I have the shot counter up top, Don. I'm working through them. I'm working through them. Don't worry. I've been pretty good about being kind of on time with them. So we're 2 hours into taking shots. So checkers. So if I send $50 and choose all Jack Daniel honeys, he'll be fine. I will die. And hey, look, I'm definitely gonna add, so like Lambo said, I'm gonna be adding some disclaimers onto the next stream. So it's a shot per super chat. So if you super chat me $20, that's one shot. It's not 5 shots, because y'all will be the first. You'll be literally be the first community of people that kill a streamer from alcohol poisoning if I do this. So I will be adding some disclaimers to next Saturday, because I'm feeling it now for sure. Lucretia, you have one more shot to do, la. No, I have 3 more shots to do, la. Let's drink some cider beers next Saturday. I actually have a new batch of ciders from Bold Rock. Syriacs might be familiar with those, actually. Yeah. The #2 cider in the country, which is odd because I can't sell the shit. I mean, I can sell it, but it doesn't pull through with consumers for whatever reason up in New Jersey. But it's good liquid. So, but I know Virginia is one of the hot spots for Bold Rock. So,
yeah, you see a lot of Bold Rock down here.
Is it more so than like Angry Orchard? Or is it like the #2 to Angry Orchard?
Yeah, I feel like Angry Orchard's still up there.
Still the #1, yeah.
There's a lot of ciders now rolling around, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, I think that's why we have so much trouble with it up by us, because we have we're right by New York, so there's so many New York cideries, like and even in Vermont where Ray is too. Like we have Woodchuck, which is from Vermont. I think we have another. Vermont Cider Company was Woodchuck, and also Magners, which is imported from Ireland. And then in New York alone, there's a few brands: 1911, Citizen Cider, Docks. That's 3 right there. So it's weird because we pulled in Bold Rock and they were expecting big things, and it's just like, it was like, no, like no one wants Bold Rock for whatever reason. So we're retweaking our planning on that. But I like the liquid. It's really good. We just got their tangerine. If you see that by you, their summer seasonal. The tangerine cider's absolutely delicious. You can die from too much water as well. That is very true, Checkers. Very true. I remember learning that in like biology class. Like your cells literally just explode because there's too much water. It's kind of crazy. But Lucretia, I'll take 3 from you. Oh, Lucretia's taking 3 shots. There we go, chat. See? Dan is clearly not in touch with his community. What did he think was gonna happen? I don't know. I honestly, I said it. I was very nervous about this stream heading into it. But it's not too bad. I prepared myself well. I had a nice fat lunch, and again, we'll keep going. I might cut the shots off at some point though. And
the best way to get rid of a hangover is just start drinking again, right?
There you go. Care of the dog and all that.
But I have Kingsland tomorrow, guys. Oh my god.
There are things you can take to kind of help eating you out. So, yeah.
Oh boy. Why am I'm not looking red. It's the light. I don't even have my main light on. I know I don't look red. Y'all are just fucking.
I think it's the white shirt and the white hat.
Probably. Jesus. Lovecraft Brewer in Bremerton, Washington had an awesome cider. Maybe Nemi knows about the Washington cidery over there.
Funky sort of relatedly mentioned this earlier about tacos being for dinner, but like, what's going to be your go-to junk food later, Dan?
I honestly, all right. So before this, so a few weeks ago, actually. Oh God.
Is that before or after he hits the devil's lettuce?
No, I would definitely not touch that tonight, because I probably wouldn't wake up, and I would get very sick. I would probably get the spins if I did that tonight. Clem, thank you for the $10 super chat. Shot of Jameson. All right, we'll leave the shot counter the same. So a few weeks ago, we have a dope bar right down the street from me. It's an Irish pub, and I got, having some drinks with friends, got a little drunk, and then there's a taco spot next door. Probably the closest thing that you'll get to like, kind of authentic-ish Mexican / San Diego style burritos, or California burritos, stuff like that. So I've had their tacos a bunch of times, and I'm standing in there, a little wavy, as I just spilled Jameson. Oh my gosh, I think that got a little bit. That's not good. Give me a second, guys. So standing in there a little wavy, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, let me get some tacos. And then I saw this Cali burrito, which I just went to San Diego a few months ago, and the burritos in San Diego were absolutely like amazing. And
there's a bomb ass burrito place on Coronado Island.
Ooh, okay. I didn't get. Hey, Yerp. Thank you, Yerp. He's like, Yerp's so kind. He's like, this guy's fucked up. He's standing AFK in the field. I'm just not even gonna. 2293. You guys are a bunch of good man. So yeah, I'm standing in there just kind of like waving about, and then I ordered tacos, and I was like, I saw this burrito, and it was French fries, steak, shrimp, and then like guac, sour cream, all that stuff. And it reminded me of when I was in San Diego getting a burrito, and I was like, actually, let me get that. So I had that before I hopped on stream, and honestly, I might go back for that later because it's so fucking good. So that might be my go-to drunk food later. If not, then usually
pancakes,
pancakes is a drunk food. Interesting.
Dude, IHOP is a classic, or Waffle House if you got a good one nearby you. But
no,
breakfast food is always amazing when you're drunk.
No Waffle Houses, unfortunately, but interesting take. Pancakes. Fuck.
It soaks everything up really, really good.
And you know what? I do kind of tend to like the sweetness while I'm drunk. Kind of like helps.
Night and Day Cafe is where we used to hit up in San Diego. That was our stumble in and get a burrito at midnight.
Was that when you were stationed, Ray?
When we visited, I was stationed in Washington.
Oh, okay. Europe says pickle juice clears all hangovers. Okay. Actually, I have heard that before. Lucretia says we need him pissed drunk. It's really getting to that point. Who asked for the Clem? Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for stopping in. First super chat from Clem. Here's your damn. This is hold on. This is a double shot.
All right, guys, I gotta hop into a council chat, go over the fight. So good luck, guys.
All right, good luck tomorrow, King.
See ya. Good luck.
Talk to you. Pro tip for those who don't know and who don't like the burn. Come on, Yerp. Attacking me. And Venom. When you blow out after taking a shot, it's supposed to also help you. So I learned this in a mixology class. It's supposed to help you get the tasting notes of the spirit that you're drinking, but it also helps clear the burn. So you'll see people do that. So when you breathe out all the fumes that really make it burn for you, you could just breathe them straight out, and it becomes much more smooth of a shot. Pro tip. We're down to 2 shots, as someone will probably bring that right back up. It won't be Lambo though. He has a heart. So we're 2 hours and 15 minutes almost into the stream. I'll probably be ending it shortly. Again, I did my research on Dragothian streams. He usually, on these Sippin' Saturdays, he usually only went about 2.5 hours, which I think is appropriate, because I think if you go any longer, there's definitely some troubles that will arise. Turtle, thank you for the $5 super chat. 2 bottles of water. Cheers, my friend.
How fitting. Turtles like water.
Yeah, right. Pro tip to cure hangover: put MSG on your drink. Really? That's interesting. For me, alcohol is always bitter. The only one liquor I didn't like was Japanese Hibiscus whiskey that you didn't like. I like Japanese whiskeys. They're so delicious. So what you're saying now is everyone should donate now and get that shot up. Please don't. Please don't.
Don't give him any more money. Unless it's for water.
Yeah. Unless it's for water, I don't want your money anymore. Please don't. I do want a huge thanks to anyone who's a membership, super chats, all that stuff. As we celebrated 2K the other day, so like I had some car issues that arose, and I was like, really, I'm not going to be pushing tech anymore. But thankfully, because y'all are so fucking supportive, super chats, memberships, all that stuff, I'll be picking up probably the last. I don't think I was able to do it today because it's not available, but I will be picking up the last whatchamacallit, Mountain Warfare bundle tomorrow to push that tech a little bit more, as Hillbilly Muppet hits me with a $5 donation for the Jack Daniels. I'll do that now. I'll leave the shot counter at 1. Hillbilly Muppet, is that? Wait, hold on. Hillbilly Muppet, you're an Aussie. No way. Interesting. I did not know. Would have never guessed. There's a lot of low-key Aussies in our kingdom, I feel like. All right.
Several first-time super chats today too, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this 0 right now. And then someone's gonna bring it back up. Please don't. Oh boy, I never thought I'd see the light of day. Lambo, I appreciate you again for spurring this idea on. And in all honesty though, too, guys, like the amount of shots that I've taken has definitely been plentiful, but that's not too bad. So I think at the very least, the super chats today have covered the cost of me picking these up. So we probably have gotten to even with my investment on these bottles, because I'm not a drinker, so these bottles were not on hand before, but I'm happy that they are, and I'm happy that people have been able to have fun watching me get a little bit drunk. I think next time I won't have as much of a big lunch, so you can see me really kind of maybe get a little loose.
You stay online, we'll get you there.
Oh, whoa, hey. I don't know. I have a tendency to just sit on stream for a minute. Like, dude, last weekend, Syriax, again, to you,
Yeah.
thank you for hanging out, man. But dude, that was like a really quick. It's really like really quick 7 hours. Like when 7 hours go that fast, like that's how like it's like you like what you're doing, you know. So like that was like last Saturday was probably one of the last Saturdays is probably one of the best streams highlights that I've ever had, because it was really only supposed to be for those initial altar fights against our BC kingdoms, and then it turned into 7 hours, where it probably would have only been like a 2.5 hour stream. So and I know you stuck through for a majority of that stream too, if not the entirety. So appreciate you, man.
No problem. It's a great time. This is a great stream. This is usually the one that I hang out on. I mean, I'll go to others, of course, but like, yeah, this is always good. Good
Thank
time.
you. Yeah,
And
appreciate that.
we'll see in the morning if you're still thanking me or if you're cursing my name.
Oh shit. Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly, so I've been thinking too, because I'm trying to find a place. Some of my friends, unfortunately, a lot of my friends have now started to become scattered because we're all like growing up and doing this and that. As Hillbillies hits me with a $30 super chat. Thank you, Hillbilly. Dealer's choice, no water. And then Lucretia.
Oh boy.
And then Lucretia with a $7.99 super chat. So you said no more, but lordy. So that's another 2. I'll increase the shot counter right now so I don't forget. I'm looking for a place. Unfortunately, I don't know if any of my friends are watching it, but I really want to watch this Ryan Garcia and as Gervonta Davis fight tonight. Turtle, welcome to the Dirty Lounge. Really, I'm trying to kind of extend this drinking spur into watching this fight later tonight. So, hopefully I can find a place to watch it. So it kind of works hand in hand. Otherwise, I would probably just, I don't know, stumble off somewhere into the distance in New Jersey. Oh boy, Jesus, these super chats.
I mean, you did show two mostly full bottles right there.
Yeah, motivation for the
You're
chat.
like, here you go, guys. Definitely don't make me do it.
I didn't even think about that. Oh my god. God damn it. Fuck.
Waving the red cloth in front of the bowl.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh my god.
How much water have you drank?
Almost a bottle.
Oh, bro, you gotta have 2 more.
At least.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm like I said.
You got Pedialyte?
I will go. Well, I'm not gonna go pick it up because I can't drive, but I'll get it somewhere.
You can get delivered.
Yeah,
See you later, you sure?
Yeah, DoorDash it.
The Pedialyte's my go-to. That's definitely, that always helps me with the hangovers.
So last Sunday we went out to breakfast for Easter because we missed Easter due to COVID. My son, who's 26 years old, had just gotten back from Milwaukee. He was in Milwaukee at a concert, Led Zeppelin cover band with a bunch of his friends. Drunk off his ass on Saturday night. Meets us for brunch on Sunday morning. Drinking Pedialyte. Before the meal even gets to the table, he's puking on the restaurant floor.
Oh.
Pink Pedialyte everywhere. So, I mean, if it helps you, hey, go for it. But I mean, seriously, I will never drink Pedialyte again. Then I told him, I said, Joe, it's all good. All you did is you got the waitress double her tip money. Just don't puke in my truck on the way home. What does he do? Pukes in my truck on the way home.
Oh no.
Gotta make him walk home with that one.
So, yeah, Pedialyte, I don't know. Stick with pancakes.
Pancakes, then Pedialyte.
Yeah. My brother got married a couple years ago, and I did. Me and 8 other people went to IHOP. Maybe 10 other people went to IHOP. We spent about $500 at IHOP, and we ate probably so much food, but it helps when you do pancakes and stuff when you drink like 5 hours later, because none of us were hungover because of the amount of bread that we had, so it absorbed all the alcohol. So pancakes are definitely one. Definitely.
I just gotta interject right there. That's probably honestly one of the most American things I've ever heard. We spent $500 at IHOP. For those who don't know, IHOP is a great value option. Like, you can get a lot of food for like $20. You can get a lot of food for like $15. The fact that these guys spent $500.
Well, there's 2 people there that are probably taller than you, like 6'5", 6'6", and are probably like 300 pounds. My brother's 5'11", and he's probably like pushing 300 pounds. He's a big dude. He had 3 meals. So.
Don't they have like all you can eat pancakes though still?
Yeah, but
times,
that's like
yeah.
we wanted like the silver jack, like, you know, the little pancake, like ham, egg, and cheese, like what are they? They're kind of like the McGriddles from McDonald's. So you got those, and then some eggs and potatoes and stuff like that. And we just went to town. I'll tell you though, I ended up having like 15 drinks throughout the night, and that probably saved me, because if I didn't have those drinks, I would have been in rough shape the next day.
Sorry, just had to turn my light on real quick. It's getting a little dark. A little dark over here. Fuck. Yeah, that's $500 at IHOP is impressive. Lele, IHOP is a American breakfast spot, so you get pancakes and waffles and all the other good, you know, lovely things.
International House of Pancakes.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah. So there you go.
Worldwide.
Yeah. No, that's like I said, each person. I think there maybe there might have been 11 or 12 of us, and we probably each spent about $35 to $40, $35, and then you add tip. You know what I mean? So I mean, it was probably 400 before tip, maybe 410 before tip, but after you tip good, especially when you go with that many people. Like we all walked in there like, and it was some older lady, and she's just probably like, I hate my life.
Sounds about right for the IHOPs.
Yeah, like I'm one of the smaller guys. Like I was probably like bottom 3 smaller guys there. Like, you know, so there were some guys there that put away some food. So yeah, it was definitely good. So yeah, drink like you said, Pedialyte.
Yeah, right now I feel good. I think it's gonna come soonish, because again, I'm probably at least 10 shots deep right now. So that's, you figure, over the course of 2 hours, which I haven't been drinking a lot of beers. So I'm on my second beer, just kind of as like a casual sipping thing. So I guess you can kind of equivalent it to, in 2.5 hours I've done 10 beers, which get usually in that realm when I go out. Yeah, I get pretty drunk, but I had a big lunch behind it, so hopefully it's not too bad. I think I did this kind of right. My nervousness prepared me well for this, so hopefully it doesn't yield to some bad things. But Mystical Anomaly in chat, now I realize Dirty Dan looks like the main character of The Last of Us. I keep getting that. I don't know what it is. I keep getting that I look like Pedro Pascal.
And how does the saying go again? Beer before liquor, never sicker. Liquor before beer, you're in the clear.
Yes. Yeah. Which is what I've been kind of holding to. So like, yeah, I had a beer, but like, yeah, I'm not over going on the beer, so it's not like filling me up. And I just have the the liquors that are, you know, they're doing their job. So what do I think about tomorrow? What are the chances to win? Junior, welcome to the stream. I said it a little bit earlier. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun Kingsland. I don't know if we're going to win. I think the first kingdom to make a mistake, whether that's a swarm on the pass, whether that's flags, territory, the first kingdom to make a mistake is going to be the one that is not going to lose, but their life is going to be made considerably harder. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm curious to see from a leadership standpoint of just who brings your A game from a building standpoint, who brings your A game from organizational standpoint with their kingdom and their players, and they know what they're supposed to be doing. I think this is one of those KVKs for us, at least, especially with the B seeds, you know, where obviously we can't muscle our way, so we have to finesse and we have to do certain things to put the Kingsland in our favor, which we have some things up our sleeves. We had a meeting today. There's definitely some things that we have up our sleeves that we are going to be doing to hopefully make this Kingsland a little bit easier for us. So you'll see those tomorrow. Tune in. 1441 UTC or 1440 UTC. Passes will open. Kingsland's going to open. It's going to be a great time. In the same token, Syriax, who's joining us in chat right now too, his Kingsland is going to be opening as well. So if you want to see some heroic anthem action and not King of the Nile, always go on to 2592 in the World Kingdom view. Check them out. I'm going to try and peek in on them if I have some downtime as well. And then I think we have King Ray on, who's no longer with us in chat. I think he said that he's Monday, and Lambo, you're Tuesday, right? Lambo, you're Tuesday.
Yeah, nothing's happening in our KVK though, so
fingers crossed for Lambo.
The creature wants to know how much she has to pay to see you take your shirt off.
Oh Jesus, Lordy, Mother of Mary.
Does Dan have a price? We're finding out now, live on stream.
Oh my God.
$100?
Oh shit.
75?
I gotta refer to my PR guy on that one. Turtle. Yeah. Turtle's my PR guy. While I take the shot.
What's the question?
Cheers, y'all. Lele wants to know how much does the chat have to pay to see Dan take my shirt off? Cheers, y'all.
Does it get? Lele, is this for like personal use or is this for everyone to see?
Lordy. It's got to be personal use because she's probably the only female aside from Nem that's in the chat. So she's exposing herself. That was a double shot, by the way. I only owe one. Fuck you guys. Mad love to Lambo.
Every single shot, you should have at least a half a bottle of water.
Yep. I got you. Judy, welcome to the stream. Long time no see. How are you? I'm doing good, Judy. How are you? Judy, for those who don't know, she was with us in KVK2. She left because of school reasons, but Judy was also always a very active and very, very, very loved member of 2581. Good to see you again, Judy.
How much?
So back to her question.
God damn it.
How much does a max bundle cost? $185?
That's $400. Get the fuck out of here.
$385.
$400.
$385. Well, it depends on the bundle because there's one that you can max out and they only let you get one.
Okay, yeah. So like geared up, there's only one $100 one.
I would say it would have to be it would be at least a full gold chest drop. Like I would need to max Call of the Ancients to do something like that.
Whoa. Not even Maximum Warfare?
No. Maxing Mountain Warfare is very simple. I can do that on my own. I'm not whaley enough to do Call of the Ancients though.
Right, but here's gonna be setting. You're not gonna max out like Call of Duty. You gotta max out the resource bundle.
No, get the fuck out of here. No fucking way. I'm taking my shirt
No,
off for a resource bundle.
Living Legend.
Yeah,
I maxed that one. I maxed that one when I in KVK one.
Oh shit.
I think I maxed that once, maybe.
Oh
Yeah, dude, but like, I mean, everyone maxes team coordination.
bro, you should have seen. So me and Turtle, we were in the same KVK1 kingdom. I migrated over to his native kingdom. So that was 1777, as you know, Syriacs.
Mm-hmm.
So that KVK1 though, we were playing with a professional soccer player. His name in game was Faccio, but he was playing for Fiorentina in Italy. Huge whale. He maxed Freddy for us in our KVK1. That's how much of a whale he was. He was buying Living Legend bundles weekly. Or not, I'm not gonna say weekly. Often. He was buying Living Legend bundles often to pump his gold head sculpts to enable to max Freddy for a YHG Freddy rally, which absolutely shredded people. This is again 3 years ago in KVK1. So
I already showered.
huh?
I'm sorry, I'm talking about myself. Take my head down. I don't think- when I did that game, I just watched the one there.
Oh, you're fading out, Turtle.
No, I'm a little other. We have my nephew because my
Oh
sister-in-law had
yeah,
a baby.
that's right.
So,
So
you only get like 10 minutes to take a quick shower. Because we're trying to get asleep, so I had to do it real quick. And I'm a little, like, not watching TV so bad.
all good, man. Pleasure to have you.
Yeah.
So I think what
Water?
Yeah, I could do a little.
the answer
All right,
to
so-
Lucretia's question is $385, and I think it would be fitting if she donates those $1 at a time. Then Dan can change his name to Chip or Dale.
Lambo. I know you.
I think that
Go
we
ahead,
have to either get over. We either have to get over 200 likes or $385.
So,
You know what? You could do it because you hit 2K. That would be a nice way to do it.
Whoa! I've already stated. All right, 2K is great, lovely, right? But 2,500 is my true goal, my personal goal, right? So I'm going to be putting together a giveaway for 2,500 subs. 2K was nice. Don't get me wrong. I totally appreciate that. Totally appreciate all the support. But 2,500 was my true goal. Something that I was personally aiming for because that's a quarter of the way to 10,000. So
200 likes. 200 likes. So I just found a website where you can buy 200 likes for $4.99.
That's so cheap.
So what I was going to say is you could probably find 500 people that can just like the stream.
So wait, real quick. I mean, I know Lambo is a business analyst, but holy shit, are you good at marketing, man? Are you really good at marketing and knowing how to present the, I guess, product? Because as streamers, we are products. How to present that optimally to the stream. You're very good at that, man. I give you mad props.
So I'll tell you one thing. I don't know how it's done. So I collect Legos. I build things. It's very relaxing. And there was one person on YouTube, and he went from 150,000 subscribers to 380 subscribers in like 5 months. And I don't know what she did or how she did it. I'd asked her. She hasn't gotten back to me. Like, there has to be a platform of some sort that she was sharing her account on, because there are other Lego YouTubers and they have a decent amount of subscribers, but she went up almost 300, 300%.
Well, here's the thing, and real quick, here's the thing. Your mic keeps going in and out a little bit, Turtle. Just a heads up. But
probably because I'm lowering my voice. Okay.
Yeah, no, you good. Just to give you, so for the stream, I don't want them to miss out on your content. here's the thing, at least to me, subs are great, but you can buy subs and it's not going to do anything for your channel because you want retention and you want viewership. One of the huge factors on YouTube is people retaining your content and staying on your channel, right? Because YouTube, much like any other social media, company or whatever it is, whatever you want to call them, they want your eyes to stay on their platform as long as possible. So the longer you can stay on the platform, the better. So I can buy 10,000 subs probably tomorrow, and it probably would be fairly cheap, but it's not going to do anything for me long term. It might boost me shortly, but that would probably fizzle out fairly quickly, because again, I think the analytics, and from what I've learned, I haven't really dug too much into it, but from what I've gathered between YouTube and Twitch and all that stuff, I feel like YouTube is pretty fair in terms of what they offer you in terms of compensation and just the analytics in general. A lot of the videos that I've watched in terms of trying to develop revenue stream from YouTube and stuff, it definitely much more favors YouTube, because people for Twitch, and I don't go on Twitch at all, so anyone in chat, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you're not going to Twitch for guides and stuff. People go to YouTube to obtain value, and that's the main thing when creating content. In terms of the retention, you want to be able to retain people for the value that you're bringing them. Now, whether that's through streams or whether that's through just plain videos or content, that's a different story. But I think that YouTube favors people much better than Twitch does.
No, that makes sense. The other thing you can do, I don't know if it helps with your, and I know you talked about this, doing YouTube shorts like more often.
The YouTube shorts is tough because it's just a lot of editing. And Lambo can back me up. I mean,
take a stream and cut it for 15 seconds or 20 seconds?
I could, yeah. But even still, man, like it's
still editing.
It's still editing at the end of the day.
Editing sucks.
It's really it's so hard, and even to make like the montages like our man Skinsy did. He's another new YouTube Rise of Kingdoms creator. To make a montage is even the worst thing, because you got to go back and watch all of the content that you made. And granted, whether you're doing that on 2.5 or 5x speed to kind of get through it a little bit quicker, like whenever I make a video, and I try to make my videos as much of a one take as possible. So like I make a one take, and then I go back and I just cut out anytime I'm just I pause for a little bit and whatever. But even then, if I make a 15-minute video, I'm watching a 20-minute video and cutting it down to 15 minutes. That's a lot of time. That's almost an hour's worth of work. And when you compare that into what I'm getting in terms of revenue for it, it's not a lot. The majority of the benefit from making the videos and keeping the content consistent is the subscribers. But you need the natural subscribers who are coming back to your channel to watch your content over and over again. You can't just get fake subscribers, because it's not doing anything for you,
Yeah, no, definitely. That makes sense. On a side note, Golden Kingdom. Have you done it?
I have, yes, actually. I'm on floor 12, 13. 13.
Do it now.
14.
Yes.
I got a day left. It's all right. It's fine.
Oh, this
Yeah, with battles? With Kingsland coming?
I can't. Oh shit, you're right. God,
Drunk Golden Kingdom.
I can't craft anything anyway. I can craft this.
Yeah,
thingy.
but then we have Shadow Legion. You're gonna be able to craft by tomorrow or Monday, depending on when we do Shadow Legion. That's the materials you get for that one.
I guess that's fair. I guess. All right, fine. All right, so here's what we'll do. We're gonna wrap up the stream shortly. And again, Syriac, Lambo, Turtle, Ray, thank you guys for joining me. We'll wrap it up shortly. I'm gonna try and blast through that the last of that Golden Kingdom, as boring as that is for people to watch, not a shot at you, Turtle. It's just
I mean, I finished mine in 27 minutes. I don't know if it's just like I get lucky, but I honestly start with 4 marches. I don't do 5 marches.
It might have something to do with the luck, but yeah, we're gonna speed run. We'll speed run the last of what I got to do. I'm gonna leave you guys real quick on some fighting in Syriax's Kingdom because I gotta go to the bathroom. And the fact that it's the first time I had to go to the bathroom in 3 hours after taking God knows how many shots is a fucking miracle. So I'll be right back.
I was gonna break the seal.
Bring the seal, yeah.
You should say it. You're gonna go every like 30 minutes.
Yep, you're done for now.
Dude, that's movie theater bladder. That's when you're in movie
So
theater.
I'll leave you guys right here. Those in the Dirty Lounge, you guys can more than welcome to the chat. Entertained. I will be right back.
Okay, Rafe. So when you start Golden Kingdom, and they do your power, they base their enemies off your power. So if you pick 4 of your strongest marches, like I picked Guan Leo, I picked Nevsky Jones, I picked CPO Alex, Charles, and Harold. And usually by 4-1 or 4-2, you get an extra march. Like you can select an extra march. That's your 5th march, and the power of the enemy doesn't. So now you're fighting 5 million power, or 6 million. You're about 7 million power to the computer's bomb. And I've been doing it for 4 months, and I have yet to fail. Yeah, but it's the power, Rafe. It's the power. If you put 5 of your strongest marches with your best gear, your power starts off at 9 million, which means your enemies are going to be at close to 9 million. Try your 4 strongest marches. Like I said, I have pretty good success. Maybe it's because it's infantry, because I went 3 infantry. I also don't really pick archer marches too often. I have in the past, but I pick archer marches and make it pretty good smoke, even if they're in the back or the front. And there could be, some things that I get, like fever tactics, and the one I like is the Steel Absorption. I'm bad with what they're called, but anything that increases health, and then every second you get 1% health or something, and then you can increase those healing effects by 50% with one of the potions. It works pretty well. So I think anyone that's struggling with Golden Kingdom, I it with 4 strongest marches. Don't do a 5th march, because what ends up happening is if your 5th march has no gear, that puts you at a huge disadvantage with your 5th march. Like I used to run Const Jones as a support flank march, but it didn't have it had gear, but it wasn't great. And I struggled more putting 5 marches where 3 or 4 were good with gear, and 1 had very little gear. If you have all 5 that's legendary set, I don't know if you're infantry main, but maybe that's something you want to consider. Because infantry for Golden Kingdom and all the kings, infantry is definitely the meta there. But I use 4 marches, and I have 3 infantry, 1 cap, and I manage to do it every time within 25 to 35. And the only time I ever struggle is if I don't have the tower, the buff to take down the towers, because sometimes there's 2. But definitely try, everyone that's listening that's struggling, and I know some people simply have, try 4 marches, because your power is 5 million, and on 417, I'm going up against Julius Caesar and a CC, and it doesn't matter how much power they are, they're just so much weaker, but when you have 5 legendary sets, you're going up against enemies that have similar to 5 legendary sets. Plus, you, like I said, that 5th march is gonna make a difference. It really is, especially if you can get a Guan. I got a Guan Skippy, which helped me, but sometimes you won't get the same commander that you already have, because they mimic your gear. If you have a Guan Skippy that has really good gear, and then you get another one, it's supposed to have the same gear that yours has.
I like that. I like that take, Turtle. Of just starting with 4 troops. I never thought of doing that before. Very smart.
Yeah. And then, some people like, also the other thing I do, and I don't know if it works so well because, I'm still kind of newish at the game, but I never put Charles in the back. I always put Charles in the front. I put Guan in the front. I barely ever put Alex in the front, even though he's such a dude. And I also try to mash him so where, like, there are some times where you have a Nevsky Boudica, with a Boudica behind the Nevsky, and I will put Guan and Nevsky there. And sometimes they'll take more damage, but try it with 4 marches, guys. And if it doesn't work, the only thing I can think about then is, I know there are some Cav main or some Archer main. I really think Archers are probably the weakest in Golden Kingdom because the buffs that they have are more towards Cavs and Archers. Like a lot of times, it's increase the health of your Archers by 3%, and sometimes Cavs by 5%.
I feel like a lot of it's random on that, to be honest. It depends, but I mean, I think notoriously, it's just better to run infantry because they're just so much more tanky. But at
Rave, Rave has one Skippy. So Rave, you don't have Leo or Alex?
He probably doesn't have a Leo, to be honest. OP Tesh, welcome to the stream. He probably doesn't have a Leo because unless he bought him through dailies.
Okay, so for me, Rave, my power when I do this is ranging from 55 to 72 million. So your power is based on your sphere and everything, and it tells you when you're about to start your total power. So like I said, when you have a 10 million power 5 troops, it is very hard, very, very hard to mimic, to be able to beat it because you're going up against such high powered. Meanwhile, like I said, I've done 4 marches for, I just did it. And like I said, it's 20 something minutes. And, you get lucky. Sometimes you get fever tactics. Sometimes you don't. That really helps. The 1% health, it really, really helps. And then you get 1 potion. That gives you a 0.5% more. So, if you get 2 of those, you get 2% health every second. But I'm not too familiar with trading in cons because I only have cons. I don't have trading. So I don't know if that's a good part to have in front or back.
Trading cons is nice. Yeah, for even if it's for open fields and that's like all you can run, Trajan Constantine has nice synergy because Constantine's reducing the damage in a circular AoE for 5 marches, which is probably going to be your 5 marches, and then obviously all the goodies that Trajan gives you. So that's regardless, that's more or less like that's definitely like up Rave's alley of a 6th or 7th march, because those are the support marches. I think most people want to prioritize DPS. You want to have 5 DPS marches before you start to think about a support march. Maybe 4 DPS marches and then you start to think about support march, because it does help. Like whenever it tells you, I think, and Drago broke this down, whenever it tells you like with Joan, 5 ally troops in your surrounding area or whatever, those are going to be your troops. It's not gonna buff other people's troops. I'm pretty sure he tested it, and those buffs are going to go to your troops. So it is definitely a question to have people say, maybe I want to do 4 DPS and 1 support march, and then at the very least, if you want to run support or anything else to help your allies, and whether it's ruins or altars, then you have the support march available. No, don't return. Oh my god, fuck.
I don't think I would bring a support march to an altar fight, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's very like, you got to be like super free to play. I think if you're bringing a support march like Syriac, like I would only like if I saw you serious, if I saw you with a Trajan in the field, I'd be like, bro, what are you doing? I want Joe Nevsky in the field, please.
You get positive reports, so maybe, but yeah, no.
Okay.
For Rave, no, you get the same amount of rewards. You get the rewards based on things. You can technically do a fun march, and if you get to the last wave, the last 4, you get the same rewards. So the rewards don't change. But like, for example, like this running 6 marches and making a Skippy in front with XY. So like he has Saladin. Like, see, this is where like I don't know the in and outs of the game, but like for me, I would put Richard in front of Nevsky,
Wait, let me just do this real quick. I can't do this.
and that would just be me. So some people they have different ways to do it, and there might be, like I said, there's a chance I am gonna get lucky, but you know, I like Golden Kingdom. You know, it gives you good rewards, and it gives you good materials.
Yeah, so I mean, believe it or not, for Golden Kingdom, I run Richard Charles. Behind Richard Charles, I have Boudica YSG, and I always match them up with the 4 marches that are on one side of the map. Right, so my Richard is tanking, my YSG is doing AoE damage to those 4 marches. And then the other 3 marches that I have are Nevsky Joan, Juan Scipio, and XY Mehmed. And I kill it in Golden Kingdom. So I'm doing damage to the 1 march. Like here, it would be the Richard and the Boudica up where Saladin and XY. You know, so the Boudica is hitting those 3 marches on top, and then I'd put the high damage commanders on the bottom. That's what generally works for me.
But my thing is, like, let me ask you this: so Saladin and Nevsky are gonna hit Charles at the same time, but that Zargan right behind him is gonna do a lot of work, right? I mean, how much did you lose off that Alex? I mean, Nevsky. Imagine a good amount.
Yeah, I mean, the three high damage marches on the bottom will kind of shift around.
Yeah.
You know, so that if there are archers hitting my troops first, then I'm hitting first with Nevsky or XY. And the nice thing about XY Mehmet is you get a shit ton more troops.
The other one that's good if you can get it early is the troop capacity by 15%, and then you find a healing pod. That helps.
Oh hell yeah!
I've had people tell me that if you don't get like, there's some people who are like not tryhards, but I guess you can call it kind of efficiency. If you don't get fervent tactics and the troop capacity bonus, or no, fervent tactics and then the fervent tactics is the one that heals, right? The book.
Yeah, every second. Yeah.
So there's people who do, if you don't get fervent tactics and then either the troop capacity or the extra troop in the first 4 turns, they just reset, and they'll just keep doing it until they get those 2, one of the 2, and then they just kind of fly through it. So I've never been one to do that, but that does sound like a sound strategy to just kind of keep resetting until you get those, because that as soon as you get fervent tactics and also the extra, if you get the extra troop, like the 6 troops, then it's and especially if you're taking the turtle approach of only putting 4 troops out there and starting Golden Kingdom, that'll bring up to 5. So
enemies are so much but then it doesn't rescale based off your power. It's based off your power when you start.
True. But even still, I mean, I've had people bring that approach to me, and I'm like, that's a pretty good approach to take, you know.
Well, because I mean, most people, unless you're like a Kraken, how often is your gear? How often is the gear on your 5th march really good?
Fucking never. It's such a pain in the ass switching gear, which I actually don't even think my gear's on Richard right now. Hold on, let me check. It's such a pain in the ass. I just wish I could be a super mega whale that just has gear on all my commanders, but that'll never be.
Yeah. Like someone like I know Chisco's done it, and he live streams it, and he because he has 5 marches, fully crit gear, all that stuff. It doesn't. Okay. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I know he was a little upset and he needs more time.
Yeah, good fair. Where the fuck did my Richard go? All right, so we're about 3 hours into the stream, and I hate to bounce on Turtle after he just kind of close it out, but we don't have any more shots to do, so I think I'm going to end it here to play it safe and just kind of escape while I can. As Syriax agrees. Thank you. Lambo, thank you so much for the idea. I think this was a success. I will probably, maybe I'll drunk message Lambo later. I'll slide into Lambo's DMs a little drunk later. Maybe Syriax too. Everyone who joined me. Hey guys, it was such a great stream. I love you guys so much. Thank you. I'm wasted.
That would be an awkward conversation with my wife. Who's texting you? Oh, I'm getting drunk texts from Dirty Dan.
They definitely might come later though. But honestly, I think though I did it right. I've only had 2 beers. I'm on my 3rd drink. I would like to say maybe like 10, 12 shots. So that's 10 to 12 beers in a matter of 3 hours, which for me is pretty doable. I'm definitely feeling a little but huge shout out to Lambo for kind of spurring this idea on and kind of taking the mantle with Drago left. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. I have no idea. This is Drunk Dan talking now. Syriax, thanks for joining us as well. Turtle and Ray. Always a blast hanging out with you guys, and Syriax for the first time actually too for joining us. Be sure to tune in tomorrow 14 UTC. We will be opening up for Kingsland. Syriax 2592, they have their Kingsland opening and Heroic Anthem as well if you want to check out some of that. Actually, if you guys get a little bored with what we're doing and also what Chizgul is doing, and Shinchi I guess as well, who's also in our kingdom, we'll definitely try to peek in over there as well. I'm curious to see what that KVK is going to turn into, because it's our old ex-allies against each other, 2592 and then 24 HOS. I don't remember what their kingdom number is, but HOS is the old alliance that we were allied with last KVK, so it should be a fun time. Again, thank you Lambo for kind of spurring this idea on. Just want to give a few quick shout outs, and it's not going to be a few because there's plenty of shout outs to give this time around because of all the shots, and I'm just so happy that I was able to clear the shot count. Lambo, I don't even know how many shot counts, but thank you for the super chats, my friend. Goose as well, thank you for the super chats. Hunky, Goose again, Hunky, yeah, King Ray, Milton and Dulcie, thank you for the subscriptions. Lambo again for the super chat, Hunky again for the super chat, Victor, thank you for joining the Dirty Gang, Lambo again for the super chat. Oh my god.
I think it was closer to 16 or 17.
Oh my god, I didn't realize you were popping up that much on the super chats for the shots. Holy lord, were you pounding Drago this much when you were tuning into his?
No, because there were more people getting him drunk.
Oh boy.
So, I mean, once we get you up to 100, 200 viewers every Saturday, then I'll mellow out a little bit.
Oh shit!
Get you an IV of water to keep you alive.
Jesus, I appreciate you guys. You guys are, I guess, awesome for getting me drunk. I don't know. There's gonna be some weird things that happen tonight. It's only 8 o'clock.
If it was something that I could do, I'd be doing it.
True. Okay, fair enough. Goose, once again, thank you for the super chat. Winnie the Pooh, Libertad, and Ash, thank you for the subscriptions. Hunky again for the super chat. Lucretia, Bad Dawn, TSN Lambo, Syriax, Clem, thank you for the super chat. Beast, thank you for the subscription. Turtle, Hillbilly Muppet, Lucretia again, and Hillbilly with the last super chat. Thank y'all so much for making, I think, the first Dirty Shots with the Dirty Gang a success. If you guys want to join us next time, be sure to check out the memberships, get to the tier 3 and above. Now I know why you said is there and above, Lambo, because now I'm just like tier 3 and above. There's no,
mentioning, but it's secret.
There's no above. There's tier 3.
Maybe above tier 3 is the one where you do take your shirt off, huh?
Oh my god, before I get in trouble on this stream. Oh, Lambo, again, thank you so much, guys. Thank y'all. Yeah. I love you guys so much. This has been an awesome time. If don't be surprised if I pop into the wait in here real quick. Last plug. We're going live tomorrow for Kingsland, but last plug. Join my Discord because God fucking knows what's gonna happen these next few hours while the alcohol really sets in for me. There might be some wild things that happen. I don't know. Join the Discord to stay up to date on all the updates. We're going live tomorrow with Kingsland. We'll try and check in on TRX as well. I love you guys. Thank you so much for support. I'm out. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a good one. Peace.
See ya.
See ya.
It was
Great
a good time.
Yeah, you got quiet for a while.
You're starting to slur your words now. You can pause and breathe then for a second. Oh, stop, man. I just planted the seed. You took it and ran with it. Set some ground rules up front. All right. Nice to meet you guys.
Yep, you too.
Have a
See
good
ya.
one.